show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing.
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, Sam Beard. Bad news, Bubba. It is Monday, October 13th. We're kicking off a big, gigantic week. It is Victory Monday as Tennessee takes care of Arkansas, and it is the Monday before Alabama. Cody, what's up, man?
Oh, hello. Hi, good morning. It's good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Just saw a terrible car fire over at the Walker Springs exit. Hope everybody's all right there. If you're westbound on 40, just know that you might have a little traffic to deal with there. Ironically, I didn't get the Commander Chuck update in that would have told you that because I was in it. So I'll go ahead and give it to you. If you're headed westbound on 40, watch out at that Walker Springs exit. There's a car fire. It's weird. It's the second car fire I've seen in 2 weeks. Remember, I showed Sam the one of the guy in Nashville, and now there's one here. What's going on with these car fires? Yeah, anyway. Hope everybody's all right. I'm all right. It is Victory Monday. We beat the Hogs. That was good to see. I can tell you from firsthand experience that Danny White has not improved the getting into the stadium thing up in the upper level South concourse, at least.
Yeah, I saw some pretty bad pictures coming out of the game.
Did you get stuck behind that medical emergency at the start of the game?
I guess. It's GG to HH to FF.
Yep.
It's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster.
I didn't get into my seats until 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was trying to take my buddy to the game, and he said, yeah, we'll see the run through the tee. I said, hey, Georgia last time was kind of tough for the last SEC game. So Danny White said he fixed it, though. So I'm sure we can leave the tailgate at 3:30. We'll be okay. 45 minutes. Nope. Total disaster. Everybody else had the same idea, I guess. So shout out to Danny White for not fixing that. I don't know what's changed. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's this medical tent that they've set up or this new beer stand. The event staff guy told us there's a beer stand that hadn't been there before that's causing all the trouble, but maybe he just doesn't like alcohol. I don't know. But it sucks.
Sam, you good over there this morning?
Yeah, I'm good. Had a good weekend. Went to the game. Little G10 tailgating. Had a good time after. Made some loaded baked potato soup. Watched some football yesterday. Now we're chilling, ready to go. Victory Monday. Break it all down. Start a new week.
Very nice.
Bubba, you good?
I'm doing all right.
Better than bad.
Yeah, some would say it's a questionable decision, but I thought it was a good decision. I finally got to play a round of golf in quite some time over the weekend. I played it right at 3:00. So as the Tennessee game was on, I had, the radio on. Course was empty out there. finish up the first half, and then I went and watched the second half somewhere. And then I got to watch the Colts have some really dumb injuries yesterday. Still find a way to win.
This was our team.
Still is.
Well,
that's pretty much where we're at.
Good deal. I thought school was going to be out this morning. I thought the kids got off for Columbus Day, but apparently they don't. At least not over in Farragut. So that threw me for a loop. Because on my drive, I was like, hey, I'm going to not have to deal with the congestion. And then as I was trying to maneuver my way to the studio, it was more backed up and crazier than ever. It was very frustrating. Usually my whole commute takes me like 12 and a half minutes, 13, 14 at most. It was 11 minutes before I even got to the damn interstate because of how long and how backed up it was. But other than that, we're good. I guess the kids don't get off for Indigenous people / Columbus Day. I guess that's not the case.
In this household, we celebrate Columbus Day.
Busy weekend for me.
Yeah.
We did the watch along on Saturday, did voluntary reaction on Saturday. I was in Virginia for most of the day yesterday. It was it's been a blur.
Virginia?
Yeah, it's been a blur. I had to go see old lady's in-laws, or old lady's family, I guess, my in-laws.
In Virginia?
In Virginia, yeah.
What part of Virginia?
Just south, I guess, southwest. Just over the border, not far, but
yeah,
about 2.5 hours or so.
That's still a nice little trek.
Yeah, it's a long Sunday after a long Saturday, after a long Friday. So no rest over here, nothing good over here.
Ain't no rest for the wicked.
Nope, but it is a victory edition of Talk Sports, which at a certain point it started feeling like it might not be a victory edition of Talk Sports.
I never felt like we were going to lose. Did you feel that way?
I felt like it was a 50-50 proposition whenever we came out in the second half and did not score a touchdown. Whenever we gave them the ball back 20-17 after not scoring, I then got worried.
It got a little hairy for a minute. I mean, the whole first half was a little hairy.
First half, I wasn't worried because we never went down 2 scores. Every time they scored, we answered in the first half. We didn't go down 2 scores, so I wasn't worried there. But then, I just kept thinking, hey, we had it set up at the end of the first half to maybe double dip. Get to midfield with 40-ish seconds. You're like, okay, we should at least get a field goal opportunity here. Nope, that didn't happen. And then you get the ball coming out of the second half, and you're like, okay, let's go in here, let's punch a touchdown in here. Let's get that 7-point lead. Nope, that didn't happen. So at that point, I got a little nervous, but then of course the defense bowed up, did their job. Defense, controlled the game in the third quarter, giving Tennessee's offense a chance to take over some short fields and build a lead. So then you thought, okay, this is going to be a nice 17-point blowout. Nope, that wasn't the case. We'll talk more about Tennessee, of course, here as we get the show set up. Anything else fun from the weekend, Sam, Bubba? Anything else noteworthy that you guys had? Cody?
I walked 15,000 steps Saturday.
That's good. How are your friends?
Good day for me. My friend Clint made it back. He's home safe. So me and him went and had a nice little brunch yesterday morning and then sent him on his way. He had a good time. No fights. Did a bunch of tailgating with a bunch of people. Shout out to everyone. A lot of people. And, it was a good time. We ended up walked all the way to the old city Saturday night, which is a pretty good little trek, but I did it. Turns out my feet still work.
Lamborghini's never run out of gas.
That's true.
How was your Saturday night?
It was a good time. I mean, it was long. It was a long night. By the time we got over there, some of the boys were fading because we started early and it had been a long day. We ended up at a house in the fort after the game, these girls invited us over. There's like 12 girls that live in this house, and they invited us to come party. So we did. And when I say they invited us, what I mean is one of my buddies, his cousin, it was his cousin. And so she invited him and said, bring all your friends. And he took advantage of that. And so that's, we ended up there. It was a little bit of a culture shock, I think, for some of the girls who were just there trying to,
bit of an age gap,
trying to rest for the night. But it was fun. We had a good time. And then, we walked, big walk. And I disagreed with my friend's route to the old city to avoid hills. So I took a different route and avoided the hills. And we got there right about the same time. So.
Can you avoid hills?
Yeah, I'm a big hill avoider.
I feel like you just can't avoid hills in Knoxville, though.
You can if you know where you're going. When it comes to a long walk, Sam, I avoid hills. I don't mind walking. Like, I'll walk a couple of miles if I got to, but I hate walking up hills. I hate it. So I do everything I can to avoid them. There are routes you can take from the fort to the old city that will avoid hills. Somewhat, I can show you sometime if you want to go on a walk.
Okay.
Also, I'm walking with my buddy who's a marathon runner. Like, he literally runs marathons. I'm like, you and me we're not the same. But we made it. It was a good time.
We'll dive into the game after the break. Tennessee survives, which, look, a lot of college teams couldn't say. I will say at that point, Cody, you asked if I got nervous. Whenever I looked at the landscape and saw the upsets happening, it did start feeling like just one of those weekends. And you're like, man, just get out of this and make sure that you don't do anything dumb. That kind of ramped me up. And then every time I'd see Bobby Petrino with his sunglasses on at the sideline after the sun had gone down, I said, okay, we can't lose to this schmohawk.
Yeah, he kept them on in the dark. I don't know what the deal was with that.
We got to win this one. We did enough to survive while also having enough to be mad about coming out of the game, leading into a pretty big week, of course, as the third Saturday in October is upon us. We'll dive into it all after the break. Sam sent us there. It's Talk Sports on Fanrun Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fanrun Radio.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues. Every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fanrun sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Fanrun is giving away a huge prize package.
That's a big box. What's in there?
You're going to want to find out.
What's in the box? What's in the box? Give me the gun.
A winner will be drawn live on Halloween during Fanrun Friday at Calhoun's on the River.
To learn how you can earn entries, make sure you're tuning in daily to Fanrun Radio and following us across all of our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok, and Instagram.
Good morning. Still busy right now southbound on 275 over here at High School, Woodland Avenue. It continues to build with that volume out of Campbell County right now on 75 southbound. Passing that Caravel exit, just watch for radar on 75 this morning in certain parts of Anderson County around that Rocky Top exit. Check engine light comes on. Don't panic. Google search Knuckle Busters Amco Knoxville. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Yeah, whatever was lined up in the system just like didn't play. So that was just a freak out, click a random song. So yeah, it just turned out to be a Friday.
It's all right.
It can be a Friday. We can turn this Monday into a Friday if we want to.
You know, the freakiest Friday would be a Monday when you think about it.
There we go.
Tennessee was able to survive. I mean, that's my big takeaway is just, hey, it felt to me like the 2022 Florida game. Rivalry aside, of course, but you had a quarterback out there playing pretty good, a team that wasn't very good, that was playing above their heads a little bit, a team that took control of the game and gets up 17, 18 points, much like Tennessee did against Florida in 2022, followed by Josh Heupel on the team getting too complacent too early and almost costing themselves the game. And then you survive. Like, it was, to me, pretty much a carbon copy of 22 Florida. If you want to talk about a streak or a drought, I mean, you could say that you had one against Arkansas as well. But you struggled. You took control. You took your foot off the gas. You survived. The difference here is they didn't get an onside kick. You never let them get the ball back to try to be throwing into the end zone as time expired. So at least you handled business a little bit better there. Cody, what was your big takeaway? Do you remember the game?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember the game. I remember every bit of it. And I watched it back yesterday.
Okay, good.
So my takeaway is that you got to win. You can't take anything for granted playing in the league. I think the league is tough and competitive top to bottom, and you're seeing that all around college football, so you just got to be happy to get out of there with a win. Didn't really like the way we finished the game. Arkansas and hang on to win the game. I do think the defense has got some holes in it. I think we've got some issues on defense. I've been saying that for weeks. But at the same time, it's a defense that continues to make big plays in big moments. So, you cause 3 turnovers while you're giving up 500 yards of offense. I don't like that. I don't like when I see these running backs just gashing us, but you forced 3 fumbles, which were the difference in the game. So I'm back and forth on our defense,
Forced 4 fumbles.
Yeah. So
you recovered 3, but you did make Taylor Green put the ball on the ground a fourth time. He just happened to come out of the pile with it.
That's right. So clearly the boys are hitting. They're out there. They're playing hard. They're doing what they can. We've got some issues when it comes to giving up a lot of yardage, but maybe that's the strategy. Maybe you're just going to have a bend, don't break, and that'll be the mentality. And I'm afraid it's going to bite us at some point this season, but I'm happy to get a win. And a couple plays go differently, and that game's 41-17. You know what I mean? It's Arkansas came back and made it look close, but by the time it was 34-17, you pretty much knew we were going to get out of there with a victory. So
to me, this is the second straight game that we've came out of it mad at the defense when I've actually felt like the defense has outperformed the offense.
Well, I think maybe both things are true.
Yeah, I thought the defense outperformed the offense at Mississippi State. I thought the defense outperformed the offense against Arkansas. Yet, the vast majority of the reactions we got Saturday during our live watch-along or on the Von Terry reaction were anti-defense when I thought the offense was most of the problem. Sam, what did you see? What was your takeaway?
Just really sloppy on third down. I thought you let Arkansas really extend a lot of drives on third down. They went 7 of 13 on the day, and then it just kind of felt like you would stall out, if you didn't really have that field possession off of one of your turnovers or just a quick score or something like that. So giving up 7 for 13 on third down for your defense and then only going 2 of 9 yourself on offense, to me, that was kind of the reason why it felt a little bit closer than it was.
Yeah, in Tennessee, their third down offense was bad, but it was crazy. At one point late in the game that, they put up the Tennessee, I want to say it was maybe when they were 1 for 8 at the time. Maybe they got their last one. But it said like the average yards to go for Tennessee's offense was over 11 yards on those third downs. So the third down offense was bad, but it was typically because the first and second down offense hadn't made things easy on them. I thought that was a crazy stat, like to have 8 attempts and the average yards be over 11 yards to pick up the first down.
And you can attribute some of that to penalties too. I mean, it's a team that continues to get penalized. I don't know what the deal was Saturday, but I thought we were pretty sloppy, pretty undisciplined. But,
crazy that they only had 1 penalty, though, the entire game.
Yeah, it is.
They had 0 basically through 3 quarters. I will say they had 3 holdings basically back to back to back. 2 of them got declined because you got a 4th down stop, and another one you got a sack. But it did wait. They did wait. It did take them a while to actually throw a flag on them. I think they had 3 that were actually thrown. Only 1 accepted. But it was a sloppy game from Tennessee and a pretty cleanly played game from Arkansas, which was frustrating because you would think the new coach coming in, that team, the one that was, 2-3 and floundering, you would think they'd be coming into a hostile place and be the ones making mistakes and having penalties. That was not the case.
Yeah, Bobby P had them ready to go. I mean, they fought till the end, but wasn't quite enough to overcome Neyland Stadium. Third down, Sam's right about that. I mean, just looking at the numbers there, our third down conversions compared to what we're giving up. I mean, we got to get better on both sides of the ball on third down, but it all starts with the fundamentals, the penalties, stuff like that. You want to clean that up, especially getting ready to go to Alabama. I don't know if you can turn that around in a week, but we left ourselves enough stuff on tape that I think we still got plenty to work on. I guess that's the good thing about a win like that.
Bubba, what stood out to you?
Big Fat Deshaun Bishop. No, I agree with a lot of people that you disagree with. Defense just kind of annoying to watch at times.
Oh yeah, no, I don't disagree that it's annoying to watch sometimes. Hold on, I agree that it gets annoying, and it was a very, very annoying 4th quarter. Very annoying 4th quarter. So no, I get annoyed too, Bubba.
Like I know, we love to have the edge rusher, but it just felt at times it's like that was one of our biggest weaknesses. It's like whether it's Harry, stepping up and coming off. Like there's a gap right there at the guard and the tackle. And that just leaves complete lane open for whoever to run through, scramble through, whatever. And then, the zone coverage or whatever it is, just tough to watch when they keep getting these, 9-yard passes just over and over. And it's like, man, they're dicing us up a little bit.
Yeah, we're not very good at zone defense. Our linebackers aren't very good at zone defense. Like I thought on Arkansas's last touchdown, it was 3rd and 10. I thought we had the right call. I wanted a zone defense because you want to kind of like you had the field shrunk. So like the zone defense, you don't have as much concern of just because you can keep everybody in front of you, and that also keeps you eyes on Taylon Green. You don't want him to be able to scramble, like he was doing against man coverage. But then you had, I believe it was T-Lander, just completely get out of his lane as he tried to go run to tackle Green for some reason and left the throwing lane wide open for a touchdown. That was frustrating to see because if you hold them to a field goal, it's much less of a sweat, and our live bet on the live stream of -5.5 would have hit. So that stunk. That stunk. Zone defense wasn't good, and your containment just continues with your linebackers and your safeties, just bad angles on a lot of those plays. And I understand Taylon Green is athletic enough and fast enough to be an angle beater. Some quarterbacks you get out there, you'll be able to get with those angles, but not him, as he's got some wheels, but he made Tennessee look silly a couple times.
Yeah, and Bobby P dialed up some good stuff. I mean, he's a good offensive mind, so it feels a lot different if you win the game 34-17 or even 34-24, but they had their moments.
I know you mentioned the offense looking bad, but is it concerning that our Blitnikoff, watch list guy, out of 4 targets, only connected on one of them?
I thought that his drop at the goal line was pretty frustrating. But look, Brazel, he has proven to me he can play. So, he's allowed a bad game. The frustration, Bubba, comes from him having, 4 targets?
Yeah.
To me, that's the frustration. To me, he is a good enough player, and he is open enough to where I am going to force feed him 7, 8, 10 targets a game. That would be the frustration, is that Tennessee only threw him the ball 4 times. Sam, you were talking about third downs. On Tennessee's 4 touchdown drives, they faced 0 third downs. So, this offense remains an offense that just has to get into a rhythm. I feel like you could tell if they're going to score a touchdown or not based off their first drive or their first play of the drive most of the time. 6 or 7 yards or more, hey, we're probably going to go down and score. Incomplete or a bad run, probably not going to score this drive. It feels that way at least. But, yeah, on the 4 touchdown drives, 0 third downs you faced. Bubba, what's the latest on Deshaun Bishop? Do you have a Beaver hotline that you got the latest insight on?
He's still running.
No, I think this is just my personal bias. No research done. So, previously, he's had knee and leg injuries. So I think, he's fine overall. Maybe just kind of scared him when he, maybe felt something a little uncomfortable in that leg. And his mind immediately went to, the worst-case scenario.
Okay.
I mean, at worst, maybe, pull it something will be out for a couple weeks, but I don't think it should be serious.
Okay, so that's just all Bubba's speculation.
Bubba, the medical expert.
Yeah.
Dr. Bubba.
So you don't have, a Beaver hotline that you can call to get insight as alum?
I mean, no. Then
okay. Josh Heupel said no, long-term concerns. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be able to shake it off and be ready to go against Alabama. I imagine, Sam, Josh Heupel will tell us to refer to Wednesday's availability report.
Ooh.
But it did seem like, that was a pretty terrible, fourth quarter just because you had guys start dropping. You had Staley go out. You had Bishop go out. You had Joey on the ground. And at first, when you go down, if you're a quarterback getting tackled, my mind immediately goes, oh, God, the shoulder, the collarbone.
It looked like the shoulder, the way that he hit the ground.
But then you see him pointing at his ribs on TV, and you're like, okay, so I assume he probably just got the air knocked out of him. That's the hope. Maybe a broken rib. Hope not. But, okay, at least it's not like a broken shoulder. And then he He didn't come back in after the timeout, which is a little surprising to me. I thought, okay, you get the timeout, so he'll be back in if he's good. He didn't, but then he did come back in to finish it. So
yeah, we ran him again,
and then was running again. Yeah, which was annoying, which was a little annoying because I thought you had plenty of chances, ample opportunities when you're up 10 to put the game away where you could have ran him.
I think that was just an Aguilar decision to be like, hey, let's test our toughness here.
Well, he did on the first play of the drive too, before he got hurt. But yeah, the last one, I think you're right, was just a hey, I'm going to show everybody I'm okay. But I thought on the drive that you get the ball back only up 10, I thought there were multiple chances where he could have kept the ball and got outside and gotten 10, 15, 20 yards, and he never once kept it. Man, it's frustrating watching Josh Heupel coach fourth quarters these days. I don't know what has gotten into him.
I mean, we're chewing clock with 8 minutes to go, John.
We're chewing clock.
I mean,
chew clock by picking up first downs, Bubba. Like if you're going to chew clock, you pick up first downs. Yeah.
No, that was hard to watch. Like watching the same 3-run plays. Just
we did at least throw the play action to Kitzelman.
Yeah.
For the big game.
Yeah, and then never went back to it. Like the play action was wide open, just as it was against Georgia. You could have won the game had you ran that play, and they ran it the first play of the drive or second play of the drive, maybe.
Well,
boom, 23 yards.
We got conservative, but I was glad to just see that we didn't run the ball every single time.
3rd and 3. Here's a little boring handoff. And then I thought, look, I think you go for it. I think you go for it. Up 10, 4th and 3. You get that first down, the game's pretty much over. They still had 3 timeouts. Like you punted back, and then they were past, midfield within 2 plays. I thought that was a really conservative. I thought that was really conservative for Heupel, especially when you look and see that Jackson Ross, a bad day punting. I mean, he couldn't pin them deep. If he can get them inside the 5, sure. If he can get them inside the 10, okay, maybe. But nope, just boom.
Right through the end zone.
Boomed it into the end zone. And I'm just like, man, at what point are you going to trust Joey Aguilar? Like, at what point do we just let him play high-level quarterback?
Part of it might just be he's trusting his offensive line to get those first downs. I mean, those guys want to be able to seal the game themselves running the ball too. And I know you got to have some balance. You probably could have mixed that play action in a little bit more, but at the same time, I'm sure you got the offensive line in your ear. Say, hey, coach, let's run the ball. Let's run the ball.
Well, then line up and do it on 4th and 3 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you run it 3 times, you might as well run it 4 times. That if you gain 3 yards every time, you got your first down if you're willing to play on 4th down.
It was just frustrating because, like I said, it was basically, it was one play. They get the ball at midfield, or they get the ball at the 20, and then boom, first play, 30 yards, you're at midfield. So, you punted for what? And, I thought Heupel thought he was conservative against Georgia. I'll maintain that if he was a little bit more aggressive, we beat Georgia. I thought he was conservative against Mississippi State. You had to survive that one in overtime. I thought he was conservative in this game. Just luckily you didn't have to give them the ball back, because I don't think any of us would have felt good. No matter what I've said. No matter what I've said about this defense, if Tennessee had to give the ball back to Arkansas, only up 3, I think we all would have been pretty upset about that, pretty nervous about that.
Would have been on pins and needles. The Arkansas fans were upset that they didn't kick the field goal to make it 20-20, because had they done that, then it's a tie game after that last touchdown. So it's a good thing that we got to stop there. Guess that would have in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, it's guys that really played hard, though, and had a good game. Bishop was awesome. It was good to see. As much as they were gashing us on defense at times, we were gashing them pretty good, too. I believe we ended up with more rushing yards. So it's just old school football in that regard.
Let us know what your thoughts are in the chat. You can weigh in. We'll get to those comments after the break. We'll continue the discussion of Arkansas. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fanrun Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted overhead door company. Contact them anytime for a free estimate at 865-933-5319 or online at merrittgaragedoor.com.
Are you tired of spending hours on laundry and ironing? Let Crown Cleaners handle your dry cleaning so you can handle your business. Our expert team can take care of your clothes, removing stains and wrinkles like they were never there. Whether it's your best suit or everyday attire, we handle it all at Crown Cleaners. Say goodbye to laundry stress and hello to extra free time. Crown Cleaners, Big Orange Country's imperial dry cleaning service since the 1960s. Online at crowncleaners.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronaknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronaknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. It's Columbus Day. Toast to exploration. Toast to getting lost, but trying to make the best of a situation. Hey, I thought I was going to India. Well, what are you going to do? Now I get a day named after me. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Please drink responsibly. Darren writes in, Good morning, freaks. Why do we struggle closing out games, and why does our defense struggle with basic zone? Is it as simple as our two best corners are out? Well, I don't think your two best corners are out. I think Colton Hood's better than Gibson. I think you struggle with zone, and I think your defense struggles in general because I just don't think your linebackers and safety play is good enough. I hope, like my hope for Tennessee, if they're going to get to the level that we want them to get to this year, not win a national championship, but like get to the playoff, have a chance to win a game or two. My hope is that like Jermod McCoy eventually comes back, and that then you just have two absolute shutdown corners at man, and then the other 9 guys can kind of guard the middle of the field. That's my hope.
Yeah, it really helps if the middle of the field's not wide open.
Yeah,
that helps. So you need to try to get that to happen, to cover that.
Middle of the field's wide open, and, I don't know, Sam, is there any way to really fix that with the personnel Tennessee currently has? Because it seems like, Perlott, is that how you say his name, Perlott? Perlotti, okay. Perlotti.
That's how they said it on the broadcast.
Okay. They said Perlotti?
Perlotti.
Okay. Yeah. Perlotti. Sorry, I should be a professional and have looked that up. But, like, he looks fast. Like, he looks like he's got some chance out there. Like, maybe as the season goes along, he's got a little bit more comfortable. He could be out there and maybe make some plays.
I'd rather see him than Jeremiah Thielander out there right now. I just feel like he's strictly like a situational guy. He just doesn't seem like he's fast enough to be able to move laterally with the athletes around the SEC.
He looked like he was in quicksand whenever he was trying to get to the outside to catch.
Yeah. Well, he's a good linebacker when it comes to stopping the run, but he's not much of a cover guy. That's for sure.
I think you got to be a cover guy in today's game. Like the days of just putting big linebackers out there to stop the run. Yeah, those are gone pretty much. Like you got to be able to at least not be a complete liability, or at least got to be able to run side to side.
Need some hybrid type genes.
Yeah, you got to be able to be out there and run side to side. Especially if you're not the one kind of the big guy patrolling the middle. Like, I mean, that's Carter there. So, like, you need Thielander to be able to get out there and do other stuff. Your safety plays got to be better. I mean, I can't talk about Turrentine too much without getting angry, just because I feel like he's just – him and Thielander, man, I feel like they're out there trying. Like, it's not an effort issue, or at least it doesn't always feel like an effort issue. There was a couple plays against Georgia I looked at and said, is this guy even trying? But – Turrentine, it's just as simple as him and Thielander just don't understand angles, or at least don't have the speed to overcome angles.
You would think that is something that's coachable, that you could fix in practice. You can't make a guy faster. You can't make him have more agility on a week-to-week basis, but you should be able to coach angles. You're also missing the guy who ended up at Miami. It'd be nice to have him out there on the field, Jacoby Thomas, but that's long gone. But I think that was clearly a hit there.
I think you're just like it's clear that Tim Banks is not going to change his like defensive philosophy too. And I think when you give teams like an extra week, and especially a coach like Bobby Petrino, who, say what you want about him like personally, but obviously an incredible offensive mind and stuff like that, I just feel like Tennessee doesn't really change their ways all too much. And so when you give a team 2 weeks to kind of prepare for that, I think they've got a lot of counters to what we're putting out on film week to week type of thing.
Well, you also just had a quarterback too that's a game plan breaker. Because I thought a couple times, like, I thought Banks, on the play that we're talking about with Thielander, I thought Banks dialed up a great blitz that was going to knock them out of field goal range. It was going to be 4th down at midfield. They were going to have to punt. Instead, Taylon Green basically circled around and outran your edge contain because he got sucked in a little bit too much. I thought that was a great call by Banks that should have resulted in a sack, because 2 guys came in, through the middle wide open. It's just your guys on the outside weren't fast enough to keep him contained.
Yeah, you thought you had him. He just made a play.
Yeah, so that was sad to see. It's weird because at times it felt like you weren't getting pressure. Then you look and you have 5 sacks, and like the defensive line was doing enough to wreak havoc. And, There was the strip sack fumble on the rollout. Like the pressure was there. The tackles for loss were there. It's just that like 2nd and 13 turned into 3rd and 1 pretty easily.
That's my whole thing with the defense. It's like you look at some stats and they're doing really well in some areas. They're getting quarterback pressures as good as anybody in the country. But then at other times they're just getting absolutely ran all over. And so it's like the defense is either playing great or they're playing bad. They're not just consistently solid.
I said it on Voluntary Reaction. I'll say it here again. I understand what you're saying about the defense, and like Bubba said, it's frustrating to watch. But I do think that if I just tell you, hey, going into the 4th quarter, you've given up 17 points.
Yeah.
And that's without even saying like, hey, you also forced 4 turnovers with 3 fumbles and a turnover on downs. It's just, hey, you've given up 17 points. I think everyone feels differently if at that point the offense has, if it's 31-17.
Well, it's 34-17.
Well, I'm just saying, like, going into the 4th quarter, like, or you know, just because even like, you know, halftime, it should have been, you know, 24-7. Or I'm just saying, if the offense had been doing a better job, the 17 points, like, if Tennessee is dominating the game, it's 45-17 or whatever. But yeah, you're right. Even at the beginning of the 4th quarter, it's 34-17. Then all of a sudden, the defense didn't look like it was doing that bad.
Yeah, I mean,
then
you're right about
2
that.
4th quarter touchdowns. Like, I mean, that of course ruined the day. Like, I won't come on here and protect the defense or Tim Banks too much because I thought it was really bad 4th quarter. I thought it was a bad 4th quarter from Josh Heupel. I thought it was a bad 4th quarter from Tim Banks. I thought they went into prevent too early, and it almost cost them.
Well, the Tennessee fan in the stands put it well to my friend. They were kind of consoling him, you know, hey, man, you know, sorry, thanks for making the trip, whatever. Like, he said, if y'all had 5 more minutes, we might be leaving here sad. And if they had 5 more minutes in the game, you know, that may be the case.
I would like to hope that Josh Heupel would have scored a touchdown on the 2nd drive, gone for that 4th and 3, been a little bit more aggressive if there had been more time. I would like to think we could have punched in a touchdown on the last drive if needed, but
I would like to think that too.
Like I said, it did feel like if they get the ball back down 3, they're going to at least force overtime here.
Well, at least Joey has now got 30 straight games of over 200 passing yards. That was a fun stat at the end of the game. Every career start for Joey Aguilar, he's thrown for 200 passing yards. First time that's been done by any quarterback in football since the 2011-14 season.
I think Sam, I don't think watching the game, I felt like it was a game that Tennessee had necessarily circled. Like the Mike Washington comments didn't necessarily fire up the defense. They went right down your throat on the first drive. And at that point, I was like, well, throw that out the window.
Well, we couldn't see that one from the concourse. So,
well, they went right down the field.
I had to go back and watch that.
They went right down the field.
I almost feel like this year's defense is like, when we talked about last year's D, we always talked about how, I mean, you know, it was fantastic for you and it kept you in so many games, but it did feel like it was just that stifling run defense. And there were people complaining like, oh, why is James Pierce not getting sacks and tackles for a loss and stuff? Whereas this year, it kind of feels like you've got a really good pass rush, but then that run defense has got a lot of holes in it. It kind of feels like you flip-flopped almost from last year.
Is it as simple as the flow of the game now? Like that we have an offense now that's running with more tempo and getting back to looking like it did 3 years ago, that there's just more possessions in the game, and so you're going to allow more points? I mean, is that part of it?
Yes and no. I mean, like the first drive of the game, obviously not. Arkansas took the ball and went right down the field and scored. That had nothing to do with the tempo and everything. And
that's what they did to us last year.
And there was enough like to see there just from that one drive to be concerned. You open the game with a sack and you're like, okay, let's go. And then boom, like I said, you know, 2nd and 13 turned into, you know, 3rd and 6, which turned into easy 5-yard completion, which turned into, hey, 4th and 1. We don't respect their run defense. We're going to run it. Boom, first down. Then they're off and running. It's a touchdown, you know, a couple plays later. But no, I do think, and that's why I was telling you, Cody, like, I don't think you can just look at the total points given up and like the scoring defense, because I do think that is affected by the tempo and offense.
Yeah, I mean, there's context to it, of course. You look at every possession differently.
The third quarter, though, like I give Tim Branks all the credit in the world because Tennessee came down, they kicked a field goal, they went up 20-17. They didn't get the touchdown they needed to make me feel good, but the defense stepped up, forced a fumble, basically in our red zone. Got a big stop, and that was a forced fumble. That was every bit of like, hey, this is a headhunter coming here, and he is going to knock the ball out. We're going to hit you hard. We're going for the football, and we are going to dislodge you from the football. That to me is as much of a forced fumble as you can have. Kind of like the Tyree West hit on Chapin at Mississippi State. We are going to hit you so viciously that you are going to drop the ball. That's what I thought that one was. After the turnover, guess what Tennessee did? Momentum, right? Momentum's on our side. Up there's a 3-and-out. We lost 2 yards. There's a punt.
That was quite a shift.
And then Arkansas drives down the field again a little bit, but like the people in the stands are crying about, 4th and 3. They say, hey, we're going to go for it. You bow up, you get a stop. You bow up, you get a stop, you get a big, you force pressure, you force a rollout, you get to him, you make him throw it away, you even draw a penalty that, you get declined in case they did catch it. Momentum, yes, defense, got another stop. Guess what? There's another 3-and-out. 4 yards this time. So in those 2 drives after what should be momentum plays, Tennessee, 3-and-out in 35 seconds, 3-and-out in 1:08. Here you go, defense. Back on the field. Can you do it again? And then they did it again. They got a couple of pressures there and forced a 3-and-out themselves. Got the ball punted back to them. Went down, scored a touchdown. Finally, the offense helped the defense. But like right there, those 3 possessions, that's the same way I felt in the Syracuse game, Cody. Like when Syracuse was kind of getting into the game at the end of the third quarter, early fourth quarter, you came out, you forced a turnover, you got to stop. You did the same thing to them coming out of halftime when the game was still in balance. You forced a turnover. Against Mississippi State, you were able to get those stops when it mattered. So I do give Tim Banks and I do give the defense credit. They made adjustments or at least bowed up and made some stops in the third quarter. And then, of course, at the start of the fourth quarter, you have another possession where you're just wreaking havoc. You get a sack. You get another sack that forces a fumble. You give Tennessee a short field. They get the ball inside their red zone. That time, Tennessee pays it off with a touchdown, which, at the time felt like it essentially ended the game at 34-17.
It felt that way in the stands, yeah. That was the first time the place really got rocking, and the whole stadium. I mean, it was we were vibing at that point in the game. Even those 100 people down there in the premium seats, in those 4 sections right there in front of the field, those 100 to 125 people were having a great time too. So the stadium was rocking. But then, you let them back in it. Hey, at least we weren't in a slog with Washington State. At least it was a conference opponent that was giving us hell. We weren't a 33.5-point favorite, like some of our conference brethren who struggled.
Ole Miss was favored 33.5.
It was something like that. It was.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think that's what it said on the ESPN app.
I took a live line at like 17.5, like in the second quarter, but I didn't realize it was 33.5. Goodness gracious! And then they could have lost that game, and R.I.P. to James Franklin, but you could have got Northwestern. It's like not to try to carry water or sunshine pump or whatever, but you did win, and it was a game that at least you never gave them the ball back with a chance to tie or win in the fourth quarter. Like they never had that chance. They were down double digits going into the quarter. They never got their hand on the ball with a chance to tie or take the lead.
I'm not going to sunshine pump either, because to me that didn't look like a team that's going to go win in Tuscaloosa that I saw on Saturday. But the good news is it's a week-to-week league.
Well, that's part of why it felt like 2022 Florida to me. That's kind of why I chose that game, because you closed the game out in similar fashion. You were conservative in a similar way, but guess what? You went down to LSU and kicked their ass. You beat Alabama. Surviving that game that didn't have a negative effect on your season. And that wasn't a great Florida team by any means. Now, you could say they weren't dealing with an interim coach or had already fired their coach, but they weren't a great team by any means.
Yeah, well, it's a week-to-week league. I think that's been made evident this year. And so you reset. You're sitting at 5-1, ranked 11th in the country. You still got every opportunity ahead of you.
I just can't be too hard on Tim Banks, like I said, because to me, those 4 possessions coming out of halftime win you the game. Fumble, turnover on downs, 3 and out, fumble. Give Tennessee the ball inside the red zone. That won the game. Now, after that, prevent, touchdown. That makes it look ugly. That opens it up to, have complaints come in. But I'm choosing to look at fumble, turnover on downs, 3 and out, fumble. This defense does hit hard. The turnovers, I don't really want to rely on them. But so far, they've been able to force them when they need to. So far, they've been able to do that. Hour 1 of the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. Let's talk sports on Fanrun Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fanrun Radio.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Dick's House of Sport at West Town Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, hit tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fanrun Radio.
Whether you're heading to work, taking the kids to school, or planning your next road trip, your car needs to be ready for the ride. Hi, I'm Russell Smith, and I've been a customer at Matlock Tire and Auto Service for about as long as I've been driving. For me, it all comes down to trust. Look, I'm not a car guy, and I just don't want to get taken advantage of on car maintenance costs. Matlock Tire Service is a family-owned and operated business, and they wouldn't have made it this long if they hadn't been providing trustworthy service you can depend on. They're the home of the price match guarantee, which means you can bring in any competitor's ad, and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. I've bought a lot of tires at Matlock over the years, and I always go there for my oil changes. You should too. They've got locations in Farragut, Hardin Valley, Lenoir City, Maryville, and Athens. Visit their website, matlocktireservice.com, to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment. Tell them Fanrun Radio sent you. Honest service, quality work, dependable care, Matlock Tire and Auto Service.
Like, I didn't take very many journalism classes in college. You're listening to Talk Sports. I never wanted to be a journalist. My dream was always just to get these takes off. Just to be able to get on here and get these takes off recklessly. I don't need to be held to any type of ethical standard. No thanks. Airing every day from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. But the one thing I do remember were the different rules for public figures, right? When it came to slander, when it came to, like, the tabloids get, like, a bypass with celebrities because, they're public figures. On 1340 WKGN. That was like the whole Hulk Hogan's basis of his lawsuit was like, yeah, Hulk Hogan's a celebrity. Hulk Hogan's the one with the 10-inch penis. Terry Bollea, he's a real person. He's not a celebrity. He's got a 4-inch penis.
Well, it's not mine, because mine isn't that size. But we were discussing the length of Hulk Hogan's. I do not have a 10-inch penis. No, I do not.
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. I want to tell you about the Diamond Clinic that is coming up at Dick's House of Sport, as they and Game Changer are inviting local recreation, baseball, and softball coaches to a one-of-a-kind professional development opportunity. The interactive events is designed to equip coaches with the tools, techniques, and leadership insights to elevate the next generation of athletes. Baseball assistant coach Ross Kivett and Lady Vols softball director of player development Aubrey Leach will lead the evening. Attendees will gain hands-on instruction covering the fundamentals of the game, long-term player development strategies, and actionable takeaways for their team. So if you are a baseball or a softball coach, well, this Wednesday, October 15th, you can go learn from two of the best in the game at Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall. You can learn more about it at dickssportinggoods.com. dickssportinggoods.com. It is the Diamond Clinic. And again, Ross Kivett and Aubrey Leach will be there leading the evening this Wednesday from 6 to 8:45 p.m. Dick's House of Sport is a proud partner of Tennessee Athletics, and we are a proud partner of Tennessee Athletic fans, so it goes hand in hand. Let's hit some Hour 2 headlines. What you got, Big Mac?
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
The Penn State coach James Franklin was fired yesterday abruptly after Penn State took its third consecutive loss. They lost at home to Oregon, and then, of course, we know about the UCLA game. Over the weekend, Northwestern beat them 22-21.
Back-to-back losses as a 20-point favorite or more is crazy.
It is. That's tough. But James Franklin out, completely out, fired. Many were shocked around the college football world. Were you one of them?
I mean, it was shocking, that it happened so quickly and swiftly. He was on top of the world just a couple weeks ago. They were favored at home against Oregon, looking like a shoo-in for the college football playoff.
Yeah, I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, it was everything was fine.
I'm completely fine with the decision to fire him. I think the James Franklin tenure at Penn State has been very overrated. I think when you look at his last 7 years, he has not even matching up to Joe Pa's final 7 years. And Joe Pa was 80 years old and on death's door. And Joe Pa, if you look at just 7 years, Joe Pa, I believe, was 66-20. 66-20. And I believe Franklin is 60-24, I believe is how that goes. Now, of course, that's fewer games. But, hey, when you lose back-to-back games as 20-point favorites, that's how you get fired. But he hadn't elevated Penn State. I think we think of them as that team. Oh, you just can't quite get over the hump. But I also think of them as a team that never beats anybody. That always has a pretty easy schedule. I'm excited to see who they hire. I think it's a very fascinating job. I think it's smart of them to get to the market before Florida. Like, if I was a Florida fan, I would be worried about it just because I think this, is as big of a job as Florida right now. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe Florida's a little bit ahead of them, but I feel like Penn State's shown they'll spend a bunch of money. I think Penn State, not in the talent-rich Florida, but I think being the premier school up in Pennsylvania is pretty good. Being the third or fourth biggest program in the Big Ten is pretty good. Because I think Florida's going to have a reckoning about where they stand in the SEC. So if I was a Florida fan, I'd be a little bit worried about that. What were your thoughts on the firing, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's a guy that has kind of had the leash of, hey, if you go 10-2 and you just lose the two big games, then we'll keep you around. But when you lose one of those big games and then you go lose inexplicable back-to-back weeks against just bad teams, I think that wears pretty thin on that fan base up there, and it's kind of all they got up there. So can't say I'm too surprised by it, but I'm with you. I'm very interested on kind of who they think that they can go after. Not that I don't think James Franklin was elevating that program either, but I do, I do kind of wonder if it's like is the grass greener on the other side type of thing, and can they get someone in there that you can kind of pluck away from a good enough situation to come into Penn State and kind of take it over.
Yeah, like that'll be a big question. Who they going to get? I think we talked about with the Titans, though, and Vrabel. Like, I think even if they hire a loser afterwards, it doesn't necessarily mean it was the wrong decision to fire Franklin. Mm-hmm. You could make some type of parallel, some type of comparison to Mark Richt in Georgia. Of course, they fired Mark Richt, and people would have said the same thing about them. Grass ain't always greener. But then, yeah, they ended up in an oasis with some really, really nice grass when they hired Kirby Smart. When I look at Penn State's schedule next year, though, Sam, I feel like most anybody in the country that they'll hire will go at least 9-3 against that schedule.
Yeah.
Like, they play Marshall, Temple, Buffalo, Maryland, at Michigan, at Northwestern, and then Minnesota, Purdue, Rutgers, USC, Wisconsin, at Washington. Like, that feels like pretty much any coach can go in there and go 9-3.
Did I hear you not mention Ohio State or Oregon?
That is correct.
Wow.
It's a crazy schedule.
They get Michigan, they get USC, they get Washington. Those are the three Big Ten teams with a pulse that they play. So, like,
damn, they should have hung on to Franklin. He probably could have gone 11-1 against that schedule next year.
Well, the thing is, the thing is they're 3-3 right now, but, like, I got no reason to think, and Drew Aller's out for the year. I got no reason to think that they're going to win at Iowa this week or at Ohio State or at home against Indiana. So, like, there's a chance that they're 7-5 or 6-6, and then I think the discussion about keeping him looks a lot dumber, especially because they were all in this year, trying to pay players, trying to buy their way there. As far as the list goes, I mean, I feel like everyone's going to call Cignetti first.
I wouldn't leave Indiana if I was Cignetti.
It just depends. I don't know what their finances are. Like, in
they
terms
got
of
some money up there.
Yeah, I just don't know what their roster investment is, because they're a school that I imagine is going to try to spend big at basketball.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some stuff about how they've got some willing football donors up there, and I just think too, like, wouldn't you say the pressure of winning just like at an elite clip is a little bit less at Indiana than it is at Penn State?
Oh no, it's a lot less. But I would say that actually I think the Psycho Cignetti probably likes pressure. he doesn't seem like the type of guy that would shy away from it. Like, there's plenty of coaches, like, hey, I'm in a good position here. Like Matt Rule, he's also been linked to Penn State. If I'm Matt Rule, I'm like, hey, I got Nebraska ranked. I could do things here. Maybe I don't want to go back to, up to that area where he was at Temple. And I know it's not Philadelphia, but you know what I mean? Like the same area.
Well, don't you think with the expanded playoff, it's why add the pressure to your plate type of thing? If you can go make the playoff with Indiana and it's a school that's going to give you the financial backing, but they're not going to go out there and say, hey, you got to go win a national title this year.
I don't know, because I just told you how easy that Penn State schedule was next year. So to me, it's not changing conferences. You know what I mean? It's not like leaving to go to the if you told me Cincinnati doesn't want to leave to go to Florida and deal with that pressure and that administration and the SEC, that to me makes sense. But I feel like Franklin, we also don't take into account, it's not just wins and losses, it's how they play. They play just gross football. They play gross football. He's boring, and they just play traditional Big Ten football. They always have bad quarterback play. Despite having good quarterbacks, or at least guys that are highly ranked, they just always have bad quarterback play and just bad offenses.
You think Penn State is too big of a jump for goalish?
No, I don't. I mean, I think if I'm them, that's a pretty good safety net. I'll be interested to see who they hire, but I am 100% on board with them firing James Franklin.
There was some speculation that maybe Adidas had something to do with the firing.
I find that hard to believe. But they're also investigating Adidas and their AD's agreement. Apparently, Penn State had to put out a statement on Saturday about Adidas, and now apparently the athletic director's in hot water because a part of his Adidas contract is he gets $500,000 in apparel, the apparel allotment or whatever. He gets $500,000 for agreeing
himself?
to the deal. Yeah,
who can wear that many shirts?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing with it. I don't know, but next headline, please.
That's a lot of apparel. Well, UAB is also making a coaching change as they fire Trent Dilfer amid a 2-4 start to his third season. So another firing there. And Oregon State also fired their coach, whatever his name is. Oklahoma State is trending after the weekend. Did you see the shirtless guys?
Yeah.
With waving their shirts around?
That was pretty cool.
That was a great moment for Oklahoma State. They got nothing else to celebrate. They're down 30-10 to Houston. And
one of the players tweeted, and he was like, I saw this, and I wanted to go run through a wall.
Yeah, yeah. So
did Oklahoma State, they lost, I assume? They got killed.
Oh, yeah.
They're playing Houston. They lose big there.
They were down 20 at the time. But
okay.
There was one guy in the stands waving his shirt around, and then all of a sudden 3 guys go join him. There's 4 guys, and then it just keeps multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. And then there's 3 sections full of dudes with no shirts on, just waving their shirts around.
Any girls?
I don't know if there were any girls, but I saw that one girl tweeted, ladies, we're getting our sports bras next week and joining them. So
I don't know if you can do it again next week. It might be annoying if they do it again, but the one guy, I did get nice feeling for him. I was like, oh, man, I bet he feels so cool. I bet he's going to tell everybody in his life, I was the guy that started this movement. It was me. I did it. Was he there by himself? Did he have any other friends? I mean, I
don't know. He's got thousands now.
Yeah.
Apparently it was like a bet. Someone said, I'll give you $20 to go over here and start waving your shirt just in the middle of the stands, and then just mob mentality.
Well, really good for him. Then, yeah, he makes $20 and gets to be a celebrity.
The only place you could pull that off at a Tennessee game would be down there in those donor seats, because those are the only sections that are empty. Oklahoma State, you got plenty of real estate there to, a lot of open bleachers. Indiana, after their big win over Oregon, they move up to number 3 in the AP poll. They look like a legit team this year. You got to hand it to them.
Yeah, I've been saying that I don't view them the same way I did last year. They are legit. They got a first-round corner. They got a first-round quarterback. You've been hating on Mendoza, but he's a first-rounder. Their lines are better. Their coach is crazy. They seem legitimate this year.
Tennessee up to number 11 after the weekend. A couple of teams fell. That's good enough for 6th in the SEC.
Tennessee moves up 1 spot. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, Oregon fell after losing, but not below us. They're just down to 8th. And then Oklahoma, they dropped out of the top 10. They got absolutely handled by Texas. It turns out those Texas boys were ready to prove something. I kind of thought that after last week that, you get your manhood questioned and you come back and that defense was pretty stifling against Mateer. He had, 3 picks? So much for his Heisman campaign.
Yeah, that crashed and burned. I don't know some of the throws that people were saying, it looked like the sun was in his eyes and he was getting blinded because there's no other excuse for throwing a couple of the ones he had on one deep ball or, like some 25-yard pass. He was like 6 yards short on it. Made me think maybe the thumb was bothering him. I don't know, but he looked awful. And Texas did enough in the second half. Big punt return, gave him a 2-score lead. And at that point, you knew it was over. I didn't think Arch still didn't look very good in that game, especially as a passer. But Mateer looked worse.
Yeah, that's tough bounce back game for him. Probably should have just not played him. I mean, I see why you think you had to. But
yeah, I mean, I think when you see what happens and the way he played, again, I don't know if it was because of the thumb or not, but either way, he's going to lose some confidence, and that Oklahoma team is going to lose a lot of steam. Had you lost to Texas with your backup and you held Mateer out a little bit longer, yeah, maybe you still feel good about the rest of the season. But if I was an Oklahoma fan right now, I would think, yep, we're frauds.
So we're holding firm at number 6 in the SEC right now. At least we're ahead of Texas and Oklahoma. But
I feel like that would have preserved Oklahoma's national image a little bit too, just being like, we played the Red River Shootout, but we did it with our backup.
100%.
You don't really know what could have happened in that game, but now it's just out on tape. Hey, maybe these guys aren't as good as we think.
Oh yeah, 100%. They would have fallen less in the AP poll had they played their backup and lost that way.
I am not surprised by what happened there, honestly. I never really bought into Oklahoma being one of the elite teams just because they beat Michigan and Auburn.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody was except Oklahoma fans buying into that. I think we're all kind of in wait-and-see mode now. I do think most people bought into Mateer as being elite. I think people bought into that. I have a friend who did a SEC quarterback ranking, and I think had him at number 1 overall in the conference.
I said when healthy.
When healthy, so does he get a pass in your mind for being out there after surgery? Because
I'll give him one more week. If
he looks like a Washington State quarterback out there.
He looks bad next week
in that game.
If he looks bad next week, he'll be dropping.
A&M keeps rolling.
Yeah, they're good.
I think that might have to be our number 1 SEC team at this point.
Yep. I think it's time to bend the knee to the Aggies, which is funny because they might turn around and lose to Arkansas this week. Let's go, Hogs! Ooh!
I hope so. I hope they do. I didn't hear one Woo Pig Suey chant Saturday. Yeah. Didn't hear a single one.
Not even after they went up 7-0?
No. Poor Clint, he was surrounded by Vols. There wasn't a Hog fan anywhere near us.
Arch Manning, 21 of 27 for 166 yards. So they had him just out there dinking and dunking.
At least he was efficient.
Any other headlines?
No, just college football stuff, All
right, we'll look at
some
NFL
stuff next hour.
We'll look at some college football. We'll look around the country, catch up to speed there on what happened. Stick with us right here on Fanrun Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fanrun app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation, Fanrun Radio, Knoxville.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw premium vodka. Please drink responsibly.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fanrun sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury half.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives, and I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. Faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at boknowshouses.com.
Are you tired of waiting on interest rates to drop before you start saving money? I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, and I've got a better way. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, most of your payment goes straight to interest, not your balance. But with my Smart Loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, my clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Call me today at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com and let's turn your income into financial freedom. NMLS number 332941.
After getting lost on that touchdown on third down. I think he owes me a couple shekels, but rest of the SEC, we talked about Oklahoma getting exposed. Cody, did you see much? Did you see anything? Sam, maybe you saw something. Maybe you didn't since you were all at the game from Alabama, Missouri. Alabama survives against Missouri.
Yeah, we watched the end of it at a tailgate.
Okay. Bubba, did you get that free ticket to the game? Did you go?
I did not.
It looked like another a difficult run for Bama there. Tough game, but
you just didn't want to go?
I mean, I didn't initiate any conversation asking about it, and then I went golfing instead.
Okay, that's good. Missouri played toe-to-toe with them for a little bit. There was look, I think if you're a conspiracy theorist, I would, if you were, I think you'd point out that both Georgia and Alabama really benefited from some questionable calls. I thought Missouri tried a fake punt. Man, when I was watching it and I saw the replay, like I thought it was a first down. I thought it was a first down. They did not give him the first down. And, it was a turnover, and it led to Alabama going up 2 scores. And Missouri tried, which I give them a little bit of credit for being able to, come back down from 10 with, just a couple minutes left. They were able to get down, score fast enough, and save their 3 timeouts, where they were able actually to call 3 timeouts under a minute and a half to force Alabama to give them the ball back. And they get it back to, midfield with plenty of time to get into game-tying field goal range until Bo Prabula with one of the worst passes. I thought one of the worst decisions, one of the worst passes that a big-time quarterback can make in that position. And Alabama was able to survive. Bo Prabula had been talked about as a top SEC quarterback. He went 16 of 28, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. I thought that was my big takeaway from the game, was just that Alabama's defense was able to kind of stifle him.
3 straight wins over ranked conference opponents for Alabama, and that's that streak is right up there in terms of teams that have done that in recent memory in the last 20 years. It's near the top. So beating 3 straight ranked conference teams is an achievement. And this week they'll have a 4th when we come to town when we go to Tuscaloosa. So it could be their 4th straight, or we'll snap it, one or the other.
I thought it was stopping the run game more than Prabula. I mean, that's been a Missouri team that's been averaging about 300 yards a game rushing the ball. I know that they've played a couple absolute nobodies, but like Ahmad Hardy's been the best back in the SEC, and they held him to 50 yards rushing.
Yeah, I mean, as a team, they still ran for 5.8 yards a carry, though. I just don't know if the volume was there. Now, I mean, those numbers aren't as good. But I mean, if you tell me a guy's going to have 12 carries for 52 yards, I think you take that, especially if it's the running back, Sam, that everyone's saying is the best in the SEC. When I say you take that, I mean from Alabama's defense. Like, hey, you can live with that. He didn't beat you. But maybe that's why Prabula all of a sudden didn't look so good throwing the ball, as the run game wasn't gashing for 8, 10, 15 yards. Hey, all of a sudden, Prabula, it's time for the ball to be in your hands. This game's on your shoulders, and that's kind of why they lost. Does that worry you about Tennessee's run game when it comes to going to Tuscaloosa? Because Alabama's run defense hasn't been their strength this year. That's supposed to be a defense that you could run against. Does that concern you?
Maybe a little bit. I do just think that it's like such the identity of Missouri that maybe that was just the game plan of, hey, you go out and stop the run and everything kind of goes from there. Whereas I think Tennessee's a little more multi-dimensional than Missouri might be. And I also just think like the kind of gauntlet of the schedule that Alabama's had, to Cody's point about beating those 3 straight ranked opponents, like I think that can kind of start to be a little bit of an emotional drain on a team and stuff like that. Going tough game on the road against Georgia, you get game day for Vandy, you go on the road to Missouri, and that's a tough, hard-fought game, and now you got Tennessee coming into town.
Tennessee has the scheduling advantage for sure. Like 100%. We looked at that last week. Like you had a bye week and you had a home game against Arkansas. Like that's about as good as you could set it up in the SEC. Home game, bottom tier conference team at home.
Have we heard anything, Sam, about Jam Miller?
Yeah, I haven't seen an update, but I mean,
has he woken up yet?
The play that the play that he went out on, like it looked like a pretty good concussion. So if he's out this week, I'd feel a lot better about our chances.
It was a concussion.
It was a severe concussion. I mean, he immediately went to the I don't know if you saw, but he immediately went to the fencing pose, really? Where you kind of your hands are up and you're kind of on guard.
I just saw he looked like knocked out. I didn't see the hands.
Yeah, the hands acted up, and then they pretty much had to carry him off the field. Like they took him straight back immediately, like gingerly, like basically carrying him to the locker room, and that was late. That was the 4th quarter.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. So
I mean, it was a good head-on-head collision for sure.
The college football doesn't have the same rigorous concussion protocol and concussion test as the NFL, but like it still seems pretty tough to run him back out there. Just 6 days after that feels pretty gross if Alabama plays him.
Yeah, and even if he played, you would think he wouldn't play a lot. like he would be on a snap count, I would assume, if he was able to play.
They weren't able to run the ball on their end. They weren't really able to run the ball on their end either. I know you take sacks out from the rushing yards, but like 43 carries, 126 yards, that's 2.9 a carry. But even Jam Miller, I mean, he was 20 for 85, a long of 12, just a lot of 4-yard runs, 5-yard runs. No, but none of the other backs did anything. So, I don't think they gashed Missouri on the ground. So, their offense continues to me to just not be very explosive. They just kind of want to dink and dunk you down the field, which isn't what you want, for Tennessee. Those type of games, and what I mean by that is it's just this could possibly be a game where you look up and I'm kind of bracing right now for a 42-18 time of possession kind of breakdown, because they're going to keep the ball and Tennessee's going to go fast, and either they're going to score or they're going to go 3 and out, 5 and out, and punt. A lot of 3, a lot of 5-play drives for Tennessee. You just hope they end up in points. That's my biggest concern, is that it's like Kentucky and in 21, or last year's Arkansas game where you just don't have the ball and you can never really get into a rhythm down there.
You think that could be the biggest issue?
Well, to me, just that's how Alabama is winning these games. That's how they won it against Georgia. They went on that big, long drive in the fourth quarter to kind of end the game. Simpson threw the ball 31 times for 200 yards, which means that it's a lot of short stuff. A lot of 4, 5, 6-yard passes.
Against Vandy, he threw it 31 times, but for 340.
So a little bit better there.
Georgia, he threw it 38 times for 276.
See, that's more of the dinking and dunking there for sure.
24 completions, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be a test. They're at 9.5 right now. Alabama is.
I saw them 9.5 on one, 7.5 on another. I don't think it's going to go below 7.5, and I don't really think it'd go over 9.5. So, those aren't necessarily key numbers at 8 or 9. So, I don't know if there'll be any significant moving of the point spread. But, yeah, right now, Tennessee, a 2-possession dog. We'll call it that. You have an early lean on it?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
8.5. On VIP play, use the promo code FANRUN, plus 240 on the money line.
I mean, I don't feel good about going to Tuscaloosa.
Well, I asked me about keeping it a game.
Oh yeah, it'll be a game. It'll be a game,
covering 8.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have us covering this 9.5. I'm seeing.
Got total.
Total is 59.5. So, I mean, that's kind of held steady. That's basically, Sam, somewhere like 35 to 27 type of thing. 35, 25. I mean, somewhere around there.
You think we'll win?
No, I'm not going to predict us to win, at least not here on this Monday. I think Tennessee has chances, but I got to see us play better before I think that. And I mean, play better just overall, everybody. The offense has to play better. The defense has to play better.
Well, what better game to come out and play well than this one?
We'll talk more about Tennessee, Alabama throughout the week. Anything else in the SEC stand out? Ole Miss survives against Wazoo. It's crazy to me that Ole Miss is ranked number 4, and then they had so many empty seats up in that end zone. I get it. It's Wazoo. You're 35-point favorites. If I was an Ole Miss fan, I don't think I would be there. But, man, there's got to be enough people that's still happy that Ole Miss is the damn top 5 team in the country, right? That was crazy to me to see.
There were a lot of empty seats.
LSU had a bad crowd too. I don't know if you saw that.
They were getting criticized by the South Carolina people online, saying that Death Valley wasn't what they thought it was going to be. But then the LSU people were coming back and saying they took a picture after LSU was up 2 scores and was clearly going to win the game. So I don't know. I don't know who to believe there.
Well, I think it's kind of a cell phone if you're South Carolina. Because Death Valley's not so tough at night. Well, you still couldn't do anything. And then also it opens the door to be like, yeah, well, this was after the game was at hand, or also like, hey, we don't really get up for teams like South Carolina here. This isn't a real Death Valley at night experience.
That's what the LSU fans were saying.
You're South Carolina, bro. If this was Alabama or Tennessee or Georgia, it'd be a little bit different. Georgia looked dead in the water against Auburn, down 10-0. Auburn, trying to get in for a touchdown to go up 17-0, and then Jackson Arnold just can't get right, man. He just can't get right. No matter how well he plays, no matter how tough he tries to be, it seems like just bad news follows him. He feels like an Auburn quarterback in that regard. He feels like a Bo Nix who needs to maybe just leave the SEC because this ain't working for him. But diving into the end zone, trying to get over the line, fumbles, Georgia recovers. Georgia gets a field goal before half, so instead of being down 17-0, it's 10-3, and then Georgia comes out, blanks them in the second half, 17-0 for a 20-10 win. Between that and Kirby Smart's timeout.
That was one of the worst officiated games I've seen, just like both sides.
A lot of people mad about it.
I had a little something called the SC two-step where I took South Carolina and USC to cover, which if you got South Carolina at 10.5, it worked. But the line had gone down to 9.5 at one point. So
yeah,
USC blew out Michigan, though.
South Carolina had every opportunity in the world to cover. That LSU team is not good.
No, they're not. They just keep winning games 20-10.
Yeah, that LSU team is not good. Their defense is solid, but South Carolina, I don't know if I owe Lenora Sellers an apology because on last week's tier list, I said the media lied about him. Because sometimes when I watch him, I'm like, man, he really has no chance here, just fighting for his life, and anything they do is just him kind of being Superman. But then other plays when he actually has a pocket, he's overthrowing guys down the field. He can't really throw the deep ball at all, or at least he couldn't throw any sideline routes against LSU. And it seems like he's kind of got the ghosts where he's anticipating pressure even when there's not pressure, which I'm not going to criticize him for because, 7 times out of 10 he drops back. The offensive line is getting whipped. But, to throw the ball 27 times for 124 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception, I can't come out of that and say Lenora Sellers is good.
Yeah, no.
22 rushes for 19 yards. And, again, I know sacks are a part of that. But, I can't come out of that and say, he's that guy we're supposed to see. But at the same time, I'm like, hey, man, you got to get out of South Carolina. If I am his people, we're not going to the NFL draft this year. We're going somewhere else and playing football. We're going to go with a good supporting cast, a good offensive coach, and a good offensive line. Maybe Tennessee.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I don't think Tennessee would be that team, but I do think Tennessee should have a good offensive line and should have fixed their image with an offensive with offensive guys when it comes to Heupel and.
Needs a 1-year rental at quarterback.
Yeah, 1-year rental. Hey, Joey Aguilar. We'll see if Joey works his way into the 4th or 5th rounds as a prospect. We'll see. Maybe not, but at the very least, he's going to leave as a good college quarterback.
Florida State now 0-3 in ACC play after beating Alabama.
Yeah, they're not very good. I don't understand that game. I don't know if Alabama just walked through it. I don't know if they just didn't see the scouting report and realize they had a mobile quarterback. But Castellanos is who we thought he was coming into the season at Florida State. You're not going to win very many games with him at quarterback.
Yeah. He'll always have that moment that day he beat Alabama.
All it did was just raise everybody's hopes and dreams and expectations, and they are not very good. All right, there's your college football roundup. We'll switch gears to the NFL. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fanrun Radio.
Can't get enough Fanrun Radio? Download the free Fanrun app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
North Knox Siding and Windows is a complete exterior home improvement company that can help you with all your home exterior needs. If your home needs new siding, windows, doors, gutters, handrails, a deck, or a new roof, then give my friends at North Knox Siding and Windows a call at 865-689-0505. You can also visit their showroom at 5618 North Broadway. Locally owned and operated and proudly serving all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas, North Knox Siding and Windows. Online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fanrun Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fanrun app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fanrun TV.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Before we switch to NFL, there's some college notes. So if you want NFL talk, it's probably going to be hour 3. We had a couple of updates throughout the hour. In response to the viral tweet about Adidas driving the Franklin firing, this comes from Front Office Sports. Penn State has said the report is patently false. The decision was made solely by Penn State. Adidas is not helping to pay the buyout for Coach Franklin. So Sam, do you believe that? It's like, did you buy into the Adidas James Franklin conspiracy? Because I found it far-fetched when I saw it.
Yeah, I didn't really believe it either, but honestly, good too. I feel like that's a real slippery slope if apparel companies can start to have a say in, hey, we don't really want this coach in here, but we'll help you with the buyout if that helps sway your decision at all.
On one hand, I agree. On the other hand, like, it'd be nice to have help. Like, if you ever did need to make a big buyout, if the apparel company's like, hey, we just made this big investment in you, we want you to be good. So, like, hey, like, here's some extra money. Like, go be good because you're representing us as our northern flagship program. Like, hey, we got you in Tennessee. Tennessee's doing all right. Tennessee's still winning. We need you. We need you to be winning. Bill Connolly just did a side-by-side of his SP Plus rankings, the ratings from 2019 to 2025 and like juxtapose those together, the top 8 teams, Cody, are 23 points worse in 2025 than they were in 2019. Teams 9 through 25 are a combined 29.4 points better. What that means is, of course, just the gap, the gulf closing. Well, if the college football decision makers, if the college football TV execs wanted to create more of a product that felt like the NFL, I would say they have successfully done that.
Well, you can see it on the field. I mean, it's week to week. It's clearly playing out that way. You see it every week from a results standpoint. I'm okay with it. I like playing against good competition. I like Tennessee playing meaningful games, and it's only going to increase next year when we go to the 9-game schedule. The only thing is, if I'm going to accept more losses for more big games, I want to have a playoff spot.
Well, that's what Texas is screaming right now. Like,
yeah.
Hey, don't bury us just yet.
Yeah, but now, as it stands now, probably when you take your third loss, you're probably in bad shape. So we'll see what it looks like in November. I mean, every team might just have so many pile up that you get a couple 9-3 teams in this year. I don't know how it's going to play out, but it depends on how they look at every league and who gets what bids, in the at-large portion of it.
Jeremy says the AP poll, the preseason AP poll, is what got James Franklin fired. Said they were so overrated in the preseason that it created unfair expectations.
Well, that's what happened to Philip Fulmer in 2005.
That's what happened to Lane Kiffin at USC, I would say as well.
Yep.
I've always said the media did Lane completely dirty there because they ranked them number 1 in the preseason, despite them having no offensive line, despite the scholarship restrictions that they had. And Lane Kiffin was trying to tell people, like, hey, no, we're not the number 1 team in the country. Like, this is too premature. And then they got their ass beat, and then the media turned on Lane because they were embarrassed at how bad they were and that they had voted him number 1. So then it got really ugly, and he got fired.
Let me clarify. I know Fulmer wasn't fired in 2005, but that was the first time that the expectations were through the roof, and then that team completely fell apart that year. I'm not sure what we were ranked in 2008, but we had just played for the SEC title in 2007 and won 10 games, so probably pretty high.
I would say we came into that season ranked, yeah.
Yeah. But Kiffin's probably a better example. They were preseason number 1, and then, completely just that Arizona State game got him fired.
But I don't think it was just the AP poll. I think it was, hey, like they brought in this really expensive roster, and everyone kept talking about how good they were going to be, and they had the returning quarterback. It's really like, hey, maybe Drew Aller got James Franklin fired. 2008, Tennessee came into the season ranked 18th.
Okay, so expectations weren't too high, but in 2005 we were like number 2 or number 4 in the country or something, top 5 for sure. So, and that was the first just complete, poop the bed for Fulmer.
Kind of funny you say number 2 and number 4 because it was number 3.
Oh, well, I knew I was all around it. I knew I was right there somewhere.
0 for 2.
Yeah. Well, I said top 5 for sure to kind of,
But pretty tough when you're 5-6 and 5-7 in 2 years that you're supposed to be at least a top 20 team. So like that you could say the expectations did Fulmer in. I would say just simply like not even being able to finish 500. Like that's never going to be acceptable at Tennessee.
Yeah, well, it had clearly ran its course, and we got the hire right, and then we all know what happened there. But nonetheless,
Cole writes in: Penn State, Oklahoma State, Arkansas, UCLA, and Vodtech are all already open. Oklahoma, Florida, Auburn, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Florida State all could open. I would say that I don't think Oklahoma is going to open. I don't think so. Although that schedule's tough down the back end, they could very easily go 7-5.
I wouldn't rule it out. I don't think it will either. Like, I'm leaning with you, but I think Venables, it could fall apart.
Sure. So
I do think this might be like the craziest coaching cycle ever, just with like the secondary shockwaves kind of, where you've got some of these big programs, and then that's going to kind of start a domino effect down the line on a bunch of programs, I think.
In the past, over the past, handful of years, Sam, am I wrong, or have we not really had that happen? Like, I feel like the days of coaches leaving for other schools, it's been kind of gone, right? Now, there could be a big example I'm forgetting, but like, I feel like we're always like looking like, hey, let's go higher. Lincoln Riley, yeah. Like Lincoln Riley's kind of the only one, right? I mean, by this point, that was what, 5 years ago? I mean, that was right around COVID, right?
Yeah, you're not seeing it very often because every year Kiffin gets linked to somewhere, and he's just decided to stay at Ole Miss, Now, Auburn, not as good of a job as Florida. So maybe if Florida comes open, he'll finally make the jump. But
like I would say that this year, you're right, Sam. Like if let's assume Florida comes open, it's going to. Like at the very least, they're not getting past Eli Drinkwitz, right? Like at the very least, Missouri's coach is going to leave, and that would start some dominoes. Now, whether or not Missouri could go out and poach somebody else, but like Penn State, Matt Rule seems to make a lot of sense. He's a Pennsylvania guy. He's a Penn State guy. Like that would be hard to turn down if he's the answer. Now, whether or not that would get you excited,
no.
If you're a Penn State fan.
If I'm Penn State and they hire Matt Rule, I'm like, all right, let's pack it up. Let's put our white T-shirt back in the suitcase.
He won pretty big at Temple and Baylor though, and like he's got Nebraska ranked, so like they have gotten better.
They have gotten better, yeah.
He played.
Crayola's got another year too. He could bring him over to Penn State. And with that,
I'm just telling you, if I'm a Penn State fan, that doesn't get me excited.
Even if he was on your like good teams in the mid '90s, I mean, he's a linebacker for you in the '90s.
He's no Paul Posluszny.
Well, no, he wasn't.
I mean, he's a proven program rebuilder. Whether he can sustain it, I think, is the question.
Well, that might be the answer, Sam. It might be that you need the guy who doesn't get – he may not be the flashiest, the shiniest, in the basket or whatever. I mean, he's –
Well, but hold on. They don't need to rebuild, do they?
Well, no, they don't read it. No. They've –
Like, I mean, I know they're 3-3
whoever
this
gets
year,
that job should go right in there and win next year. You went through the schedule,
right? Like, I don't think like if they were dead in the water, like Matt Rule, like if it was him instead of Bill O'Brien, coming off the scandal, or even James Franklin, like I would say that would make more sense.
What they need is a recruiter. They need a guy who can get players.
They need to make coach offense. James Franklin's done a good job recruiting, and they're
not good enough.
It's not a talent problem. At least I don't feel like it's been a talent problem. Hell, they had two studs.
I'm just saying,
in the NFL last year,
it's a talent problem when you can't ever beat Ohio State. Like you just don't have the players to do it.
See, I disagree. When I look at them, I think they have the players to do it. I think James Franklin's antiquated caveman offense is the reason they can't do it, because they try to play the game so close. And last year, go back and watch that Ohio State game. They get down to the damn goal line, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, let's run with our tight end here. Let's put our tight end and Wildcat here.
He definitely didn't do him any favors.
I think if you had an innovative offensive coach, now look, I don't think that's Matt Rule either, but like I think if you put Josh Heupel at Penn State,
he wins a couple of those games.
Yeah, like he's going to out scheme them.
Well, what was Penn? I mean, James Franklin was what, like 4-22 or something crazy against top 10 opponents.
Yeah, opponents? Like it was bad. The number I saw yesterday was 4-21, but like I don't know if that was before Oregon or whatever. But like, he didn't beat anybody when it mattered.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think it's a talent problem there. I think they've recruited in the top 10 pretty much every year, especially now, like, with Adidas behind them. Like, they're going to have the financial commitment. And James Franklin's buyout, like, we'll see. But, like, it feels like James Franklin should get a job here. It feels like James Franklin. Now, whether or not he wants one, I don't know. He's got that obligation to mitigate clause in his contract, which we always talked about with Butch Jones. Like, he's got to go get a job, and that'll help you with the buyout. Whatever money he makes with a new job will help with the buyout.
Yeah, I saw some reporter was talking about that on there. He's new to the game.
And then Butch Jones is like, hey, I will go be an unpaid intern in Alabama. Now, look, I think Butch Jones is in a drastically different situation where I don't think he could have gotten a good job after getting fired. I think James Franklin, if he wanted, would be able to get the UCLA job, would be able to get the Virginia Tech job.
It comes full circle.
Would be able to.
UCLA got him fired, and then they hired him.
Now, look, that part of it, if I'm UCLA, I'm like, hey, I don't want to hire James Franklin. We just beat his ass.
Yeah.
Hey, this Newhousel guy seems pretty good. Hey, this skipper, this interim, he seems pretty good. Maybe we just roll with these guys. But, like, UCLA or Virginia Tech, hell, even Auburn or Arkansas should be interested in James Franklin.
Virginia Tech, that'd be the perfect spot for Franklin.
Those would be big-time hires for those schools. So, like, I don't think it was a huge financial commitment for Penn State to fire him. But this could be crazy. Like Sam said, the dominoes could start falling.
Yeah.
I don't see any chance like Wisconsin doesn't come open. Like, they're terrible. Like,
they're awful.
You got to pull the plug on that. Auburn, we'll see. It just doesn't seem like Hugh Freeze is ever going to win a game at Auburn. Like, hey, you're close. He's kind of got the Scott Frost thing going, where you're like, on paper, this hire makes sense, and, man, the team's not far off, but, hey, eventually you have to win.
Yeah, he's losing all those close games. That's exactly what happened with Frost.
Eventually you got to break through and beat somebody, and, you went 5-7 last year, and you're 3-3 this year. Do you think Hugh Freeze survives?
I don't know.
Sam, you're shaking your head no?
Yeah, there's no way. I feel like after that, he just gave up on his team after that goal line fumble happened in that game. He just doesn't seem like he's cut out for that job whatsoever.
Does this mean I want a 77-inch Samsung TV, or do I need another piece?
I'm going to assume it means you need another piece. Yeah, you need another piece. You got to get the water. If you never played Monopoly. You told me that.
No.
Yeah, you got to get. See right here where it says you need 827. You need 827. That's the water.
So is that 828 that I've got?
You got 828, and you need 827 to win.
Okay.
Now, Ryan also has 828 in there. So I told him, I'll tell you, I think you need to travel somewhere across the country.
You don't think they have 827 around here? Probably.
I feel like they disperse them up pretty good. You need to go travel.
Now I've also got Atlantic Avenue. It says I need to match that up with 815. So I've got 815. So if I get 816 and 817, I win a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Yeah, but you got to get 2 more pieces.
Okay,
that's going to be tough.
Well, I've got some others in the car, but I don't know which ones they might be.
Well, they give you a board if you want to put it on the boards.
Okay. Well,
we can keep up with it.
We'll figure this out. I should be getting some prizes in here soon. If I win the Jeep Grand Cherokee, I'll give you a cut of it.
You'd have to pay the taxes on it to get it, so it might put you in financial ruin to actually win the Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Oh, yeah. Well,
how do you give someone a cut of a car?
I just
give them a tire?
Free rides?
No, I mean, what I'd probably do is just sell the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Well, no, what I'd probably do is drive it. I'd probably just sell my car. I'd give you a cut off of my car when I sold it.
I'd just settle for the 400.
Yeah, well, that's probably the cut I'd give you.
Yeah, I'd just settle for that.
One of these days, I'll come into a windfall of cash, and we'll be sitting pretty when I do. Don't worry.
Auburn plays Missouri at home. That'd be a good opportunity to get a win.
They ought to be able to win that one. That could be the one. That could be Hugh's big statement.
I think they're bound to knock someone off this. Their defense is too good.
If he loses that game, he's getting fired. I can't say he's getting fired yet, but if he loses to Missouri this weekend, he's getting fired. This is Hugh's last stand.
I like that take. You can't keep losing close. This is a big opportunity in a game they should win.
Got to win this one.
2.5-point favorites.
They're favored?
Yeah.
I'm taking them.
Damn.
War damn Eagle.
Damn, if I'm Missouri fans, I'm like, that's disrespectful. But Alabama and then traveling to Auburn, it is pretty tough. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. Got some NFL talk for you. Let's talk sports on Fanrun Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronaknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, Performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fanrun Radio.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, hit tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Overrated, underrated on Wednesday. Fanrun Radio, Talk Sports, said not in my house. I ain't talking to Kimbe. Johnny Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends. Nico ain't nothing but a nuisance. 2026, we making new friends.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Hour number 3. Kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines brought to you by SM Athletics. If you need any apparel done for your business or your club, your sports teams, give us a shout here at SM Athletics, 865-966-3434. You can hit us up online at smathletics.com or just reach out to me. It's banana time for Sam Beard. Banana Beard.
One of the two headlines. It always is.
Do you take that? You don't take that top part off? See, every time I eat the banana, I got to take the top part off. The very tip part. That's where they put the seed at. You got a seed in your stomach, don't you? Isn't there a seed there?
That's why they call me Banana Boy.
No, that's on the bottom side of the banana, unless he opened it backwards. Yeah, that's down there.
You open your bananas from the bottom, John?
I think you guys are opening the bananas from the wrong place.
You open your banana from the bottom?
That's where you're supposed to open it.
We open it from the part.
You guys open it from the wrong place.
You don't pull the stem off?
No, that's not how you do it. Have you guys ever seen a gorilla open a banana? You guys are opening it up from the wrong place.
Do you go so like you don't get the little strings or whatever?
You don't do it. I'm not a banana expert like by any means in terms of like liking the taste or anything, but you guys are opening bananas wrong.
I twist the top part off where it's already been pulled off the vine.
Wrong.
It all goes in the stomach the same way, brother.
Well, that is true. That 100% is true. I'm not arguing that point, but you are opening the banana the wrong way.
I do take the little seed part out. I do that, but for me, it's the bottom of the banana.
I mean, I'll leave this bottom part out.
I open my bananas from the top. Looks like Sam opens his from the top. Bubba, do you open your bananas from the top or the bottom?
I just open them up.
You don't know how you do it?
Some days I pull the old stem part. Other days I just pull the bottom part. Whatever is like in the top of the banana,
Tomorrow, Sam, try the other way. It's much easier to open it that way.
I'm open.
Just squeeze the tip, and it peels right off.
Does it change how the banana tastes?
No.
All right.
I used to eat it Sam's way, and then I realized, I saw something, and I was watching gorillas open bananas, and I was like, "Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way."
We're not gorillas, though.
Now, what I did stop doing once I reached the age of reason is I stopped peeling it down like Sam's doing. Now I just take the whole thing out and eat it.
Close it up, Sam, and just try to open it that way now. And just tell me it doesn't just slide right off.
Well, now it'd be a weird time to do it.
Okay, we can wait till tomorrow.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Don't forget.
Do you have another one?
No, I don't have another one.
One a day. It's a man of
I'll do
discipline.
It tomorrow.
All right, let's hit some headlines. What you got?
All right, thanks, John. Well, another NFL Sunday and more players hurt. I hated to see that the 49ers lost top linebacker Fred Warner to season-ending injury. I just got done watching him on the Manning Cast Monday night and enjoyed his hit. I thought he came across as very likable. I said, this Fred Warner guy, that's a guy I could root for. I like him. Nope, won't be able to now. He had a season-ending ankle injury yesterday. I mean, it's almost comical at this point, isn't it, with the San Francisco 49ers? Not that it's funny that the guys are getting hurt, but it's funny that it just happens so much that, you can't how are they going to ever win a Super Bowl?
It wasn't funny. All my fantasy receivers were getting hurt yesterday. And in one league, I had 3 receivers playing, and they all 3 got hurt. Puka, out. Marvin Harrison Jr., concussion. Calvin Ridley, whatever happened with his knee. They all my 3 guys, my 2 receivers and my flex combined, I think, for basically 10 points. It was
that's karma for fleecing me on that trade the way you did.
I didn't fleece you. Your problem with your trade was that you traded Justin Jefferson for CeeDee Lamb. That was your problem. Yeah. That's the dumbest trade I've ever seen.
Yeah, hard to argue.
I've been telling you the whole time that trade was stupid.
I'd say that's accurate. Yeah.
Our trade was mostly fair.
Yeah, not really, but
I'd say I got the better of you.
I never would have been in that position had you not traded with me, though.
I got the better of you a little bit. The problem was you heard me talk about J.J. McCarthy and Justin Jefferson. You were trying to take my advice.
Well, I heard you talking about how you wanted out of the Jefferson business. And
I was just telling you that to get Josh Allen, bro.
I thought CeeDee Lamb was going to come back strong, and he hasn't. Yeah, but nonetheless, I'm in last place. Who cares? The 49ers, though, Fred
Your team
Warner.
is terrible.
Yeah, well, we scored, what did we put up yesterday? 58? Pretty good day yesterday. 58, that's good for us. We're
William absolutely whipped my ass yesterday because everybody on his team found their way in the end zone. And like I said, my team was trash yesterday. Puka and Marvin got knocked out. If it wasn't for my team, and I still have Josh Allen to go, but my team scored 74 points yesterday, and 34 of them were from my kicker and my defense. Great pickup by me on Eddie Pinheiro, and the Rams defense, but man, everyone else stunk. None of my guys, I had one. Jake Ferguson scored a touchdown. Nobody else did. Meanwhile, A-Chain, 2 touchdowns. Kamani Vidal, touchdown. Xavier Worthy, touchdown. Cooper Kupp, touchdown. Tyler Warren, touchdown. Everybody on Williams' team scored a damn touchdown.
It's a good day to be a William team.
Well, it was bad news for you because, now he's going to move out of that last place tie with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's definitely ahead of me now. And
58 points.
Who was the other one-win team? It was Bubba, right? And Bubba's beat me.
No, Bubba's a 2-win team. It was Chase.
It's going to be a 3-win team because I still have Jaden Daniels to play tonight, and I'm only down 5.
Oh, I thought you were playing me.
He is.
Oh.
He's got
48.
Yeah, but
Bubba, you're still down?
He's down 5, but Bubba's going to beat you. He's got a running back and Jaden Daniels playing. And
if they both get hurt, Bubba, let's not put the cart before the eggs in the basket for the horse.
58.7 points is crazy for a fantasy team.
How many?
58.7. That's crazy. You couldn't even break 60 points.
Yeah, well, I mean, I picked up Tua. He scored 6. Picked up who else did? Well,
why is Russell Wilson still on your team?
He's not. I moved him out this week.
He showed up on your box score right here.
Oh well, yeah. I've made a move to get rid of him, but
for his upcoming week,
my claim is pending. I'm going to add Jackson Dart, and that's going to make all the difference in the world.
What a bench! What a bench you have! What a team! What a roster! Yeah. Our fantasy expert Cody.
I'm 4-2 in my other leagues.
Oh, sure.
I know.
Girlfriend goes to other school. I got it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Station league. I mean, there ain't nothing I can say. It's terrible. Metcalf, nice game for him. He was my leading scorer with 17. Everybody else had 4, 4, 3, 7, 0 from the Browns defense. 3 from Tyler Loop. I mean,
that was a terrible fantasy weekend for me. My team's live and die. I got Puka on all my teams, and it was 1 week he got shut down.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Fantasy's stupid.
Yeah.
Any other headlines?
I was just giving you some injury news. Igbuka's got a hamstring injury. You mentioned that.
Oh, God, I didn't even mention that. Igbuka got hurt, too?
Yeah, he suffered a hamstring injury.
Oh, God, that's my other receiver. I was wondering why he didn't have very many points.
He didn't play the whole second half.
Oh,
I got killed, too.
God, I didn't see that. I was watching the Titans embarrass me. Oh, my God. So that's my other receiver in my other leagues. Oh, my God. I came into the week with Puka and Igbuka feeling like $1 million, and they both get hurt.
Todd Bowles did not have an update beyond saying Igbuka was still being evaluated after the
game.
Who
the hell is out there playing wide receiver for Baker Mayfield at this point? His top 2 wide receivers are out. His running backs out. His offensive line's out.
That's why everyone was going crazy for the Baker MVP. You've been saying it, the Baker MVP, but he was doing it with Tez Johnson yesterday.
Did you see the story yesterday? That's funny you say that because apparently Tez Johnson, he says, quote, "When I scored and I heard MVP chants, I'm thinking they talking about me." I asked Sterling Shepard, I'm like, Shep, they was chanting MVP? I ain't done nothing this year. They're talking about Baker, Tez. I was like, oh, well, that explains it. He was looking around like, man, I'm the man. Hell yeah. Baker's a stud. I thought Baker's quote, I don't know if he said it this week or the last week or the week before, but he was like, it's all about winning. And it's all about perception. He's like, because I've been this same guy all the time. And now people are talking about how I'm a dog and I'm MVP. But I was in Cleveland. I was cocky and brash and this, and this. He's like, but I've been the same guy the whole time. And it's true because, you see that video of him last week in Seattle, calling the fan a meow. If he lost that game, we'd be making fun of him. But instead, he ripped their hearts out. So I was like, oh, man, Baker's so cool. Now he's going to win MVP. I do, and I'm the same way. I didn't like Baker in Cleveland. I still hated Baker from what he did to me whenever he was at Oklahoma, but I love me some Baker Mayfield now in 2025. He's a stud.
The Colts backup quarterback Anthony Richardson got hurt too.
All the way down to plus 470 for MVP. So
Anthony Richardson?
No, Baker Mayfield. He's got the 3rd best odds right now behind Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Baker Mayfield 3rd right now.
Why do they call him Anthony Richardson Sr.? Does he have a son named Anthony Richardson?
I would imagine that's why, yes.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that's precisely why they call him Anthony Richardson Sr.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be confused as to his son being in the NFL, would we?
I don't think that's the problem.
No. Well, it says he sustained a bizarre injury before the game while using elastic bands to stretch. The incident left him with an orbital fracture, according to Shane Steichen, and required hospitalization. He was also expected to need stitches. The specifics were murky, but the source said the incident happened when an apparatus that players use to attach the warm-up bands had malfunctioned, resulting in an impact with Richardson's face. Boy, this sounds pretty sketchy, doesn't it? Sounds like a bit of a stretch. Sounds like he got punched in the face to me, and they're trying to keep it under wraps. This is like when Shy Tuttle fell on a helmet.
Fell on a helmet, and that's the truth.
Doesn't it sound kind of sketchy to you? I mean,
no.
A bizarre injury using elastic bands, stretching. He's got an orbital fracture in his jawbone. I mean,
it snapped up and hit him.
Sounds to me like he got in a fight with another player.
Did you also, for your headline, not to jump the gun, but how our backup tight end took out our corner because he was like just doing drills, and then the tight end just running, just not looking, gave him a concussion.
I didn't see that one.
I feel like if I was a Cardinals fan, I'd be pretty upset that Jacoby Brissett's better than Kyler Murray. That all of a sudden that offense looked a lot more like professional and like on schedule.
I think Jacoby just wanted to have a little bit of revenge.
Well, I think he did, but I think he also like just is, hey, I can throw the ball here 7-8 yards. I know where to go with the ball. I'm tall enough to get it out. Kyler just seems lost back there sometimes.
Brissett threw for 320 and 2 touchdowns.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize he had that good of numbers.
The last time Kyler Murray did that was 34 games ago.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I feel like Brissett.
How many rushing yards?
I feel like Arizona's got some good pass catchers now, until Marvin Harrison got knocked out. But, like, I was like, hey, he's got some pretty good receivers when you actually throw him the ball. And, hey, McBride, he's a matchup problem. Here you go. And then all of a sudden Harrison's out. And, it got a little bit different. But I don't think Brissett's like a long-term answer by any means. But the offense definitely looked more professional.
Tua Tagovailoa calling out some Dolphins players for missing meetings. I think it starts with leadership and helping articulate that for the guys, what we're expecting out of the guys. He said, we're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to players-only meetings late, guys not showing up at all to players-only meetings. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not? It's things of that nature we got to get cleaned up. It starts with the little things.
So is he supposed to be the leader of that team as the quarterback? Or is he saying like leadership of like the head coaches? Because I feel like that might be Tua like basically saying, hey, we got to fire Mike McDaniel. He's lost the locker room. Like the players don't respect him. It's time to get rid of him. Because it feels like the Titans are doing the same thing to Callahan. Like both Jeffrey Simmons and Cam Ward came out talking about how sloppy practices were this last week. To me, that's like the players basically putting out a beg, a plead to the owners. Like, hey, put us out of our misery. Get somebody else in here because players don't care right now. They're checked out. I love the Titans win one damn game and lose their mind. All of a sudden, they're sloppy on the field. Like, hey, we got it, guys. We figured it out. I wish I could go back in time and smack me for being excited about watching them play yesterday.
Yeah,
that was brutal. That might have been the most frustrating, the worst game they've played all year, and that's saying something.
It keeps getting worse, doesn't it?
On the field for the Bucs for their final drive, their third offensive tackle, their fifth guard, their fifth receiver, their sixth wide receiver, their seventh wide receiver, and running back 2. Shout out to Thomas for sending that in. So, yeah, that's tough. It makes me think that eventually this is going to come unravel, but they just keep winning. They just keep winning.
Well, some good news when it comes to Middle Eastern hostage negotiations is all 20 remaining living hostages have been released by Hamas. And on the other side, more than 1,900 Palestinian prisoners have been released, according to Israel. So hostages getting freed during the ceasefire. One step closer to peace in the Middle East.
We'll talk some more NFL coming up after the break. Let's talk sports on Fanrun Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fanrun Radio, Knoxville.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high-speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted overhead door company. Contact them anytime for a free estimate at 865-933-5319 or online at merrittgaragedoor.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
It's football time in Tennessee, so crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Built for bonfires, backyards, and beating Bama. Garage Beer is proud to be brewed right here in the Volunteer State. So pick up a 12-pack today and look for the drive celebrating Football Fridays at select Garage Beer headquarters around town this fall. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed Garage Beer. 100% beer-flavored beer.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. A little bit of a statement game last night. I think that's, the third good Mahomes game in a row as he's starting to kind of turn it on. I don't know if their defense is as good as it was last year, but I feel like Mahomes is playing at a high level right now, despite them kind of being 3-3. I think that's why you see him at second in MVP voting. The Chiefs able to beat the Lions. Did you see the one better, Cody? The one better, I think it was DraftKings tweeted out. He had $5,000 on Jared Goff's to score the first touchdown. Would have paid out $450,000.
Oh, that's a nice payday.
And then the Lions run a trick play to Jared Goff where they throw him the ball at the goal line on a wide receiver screen, and he scores. He makes a good catch and scores, but then after the play, the refs get together and like, well, hold on, I think that's a flag, and they dropped the flag.
Oh, yeah.
That'd have been tough.
Yeah.
That hurt them, and it also hurt the Lions as they got held to a field goal there and then kind of got stuck in the mud in the third quarter, and the Chiefs able to win. Patrick Mahomes was back to making those back-breaking plays. That, to me, was the biggest result of Sunday. Did anything else stand out to you?
Yeah, he was breaking the back of that Lions defense like he does Brittany Mahomes.
Whoa!
It was just great job of Patty. I mean, he does look more like the Patty I was used to seeing, because I didn't think he was very good last year, most of the year, and he has come out and put some games together. He's out there making plays and carrying that team. Kind of, on one hand, I kind of want the Chiefs thing to be over with, but on the other hand, it's kind of cool to see them keep doing it, right when we're getting ready to write them off for the year. Here they are now 3-3 and in position to probably be 5-3 before they go to Buffalo.
That was a Super Bowl preview last night. Go ahead and lock that in, Sam.
That's
Bubba,
what you think?
Jot it down. That was a Super Bowl preview last night.
Can I take the field?
Well, of course you could take the field. Now, the field would be a heavy favorite there, but give me I think the Lions are winning the NFC. I think the Chiefs, I'm still backing them in the AFC, especially this version of Mahomes. They get Rashee Rice back. I think that's only going to make that offense better. I'll still take Andy Reid. I'll still take the Chiefs.
Can we put it on the board?
No, it's like 30-1 odds that they both make it there.
Oh. Well, you said you're betting it. You like it.
Well, I'm telling you that's what it's going to be, but no, I'm not giving you the whole field. No.
Okay, then.
No, that's not the way it's going to work, bucko.
Well, I think the Chiefs, they got a game coming up against the Raiders that they'll win, should win, and then they play the Commanders, I believe, in Arrowhead with are they still going to be on a backup quarterback by then?
No, Jaden Daniels playing tonight.
Is he back? Okay.
Yeah, there's a Monday Night Football doubleheader. He's playing tonight.
Okay, so maybe you give him a chance in that game, but I think Kansas City will probably get to 5-3, and then we'll see what happens when they go to Buffalo. That'll be a big game, as it always is, here in a couple of weeks. But yeah, I mean, nice job by them last night. Kind of look like the Chiefs of old. I mean, it's hard to go into Arrowhead and win. And the Lions, let's not forget how banged up they are, right?
That secondary is banged up. I just can't stay healthy. They're kind of like the 49ers in that regard. That defense just can't stay healthy.
I'd like to see a month from now, though, see what that game would look like. I think the Lions are going to, they're going to get a lot of guys back. And
you'll see it in February.
Yeah.
You'll see it in February. Bubba,
it is kind of cool, though, to see that, the Lions, sometimes they look just absolutely unbeatable when they hang 40 on these teams. And they get ahead on the scoreboard and they just keep piling on. And it's like, my God, the Lions are good. But then they go into Arrowhead and can't manage to do much.
Bubba, what was your big Sunday takeaway in the NFL? Take your time.
The Colts, John.
Oh, okay. I don't want to hear about that. Sam, what was your big takeaway in the NFL? Turn your mic on.
Rico Dowdle is on just an absolute tear right now over the last 2 weeks.
He might run for 2,000 yards at this rate. 30 carries, 183 yards. That Cowboys defense is atrocious. Like, I do think Dak's playing at a high level. I think they've unlocked George Pickens. Like, if CeeDee Lamb gets back, they might have the best wide receiver duo in the league. But, like, that defense is not going to let them go anywhere with it. Like, they can't stop anybody.
That's a shame. If only they had a great pass rusher there.
No single-game scrimmage yards in Panthers history, which was surprising to me, knowing that they had McCaffrey for that long.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday was the record? Mm-hmm. How many receiving yards did he have?
I think about 50.
Okay. Yeah, 56. Okay, so you had 240 basically. Yeah, okay. He was their leading receiver.
The Ravens continue to lose without Lamar Jackson.
I also saw that I think it was 7 of Bryce Young's 9 career wins are on game-winning fourth-quarter drives.
Clutch. That was a clutch drive. I mean, they went 7 minutes and got down in field goal range and didn't let the Cowboys get the ball back.
Dylan Gabriel is not going to be the starting quarterback for the Browns.
No, Dylan Gabriel's not going to take over that job. I don't know how long they wait until they go to Shador, because that's the thing is when they go to Shador, like, they're out of options. They can't really go back to anybody else. Like, I don't know if they could let Shador play 3 games and let Dylan Gabriel come back or what. But, yeah, it does seem like he ain't the answer there.
Dunk. 52 attempts for 221.
It's all 3 yards. Like, it was gross to watch. I had my eye on that game. It was gross to watch.
I tell you what I didn't expect, maybe my biggest NFL surprise of the year so far is I didn't think that the Steelers would have the AFC North wrapped up in Week 6, but I'll go ahead and lock that in as being done.
The Ravens were still favored last week, but that was before the Steelers won and the Ravens lost again. But
I mean, the disparities, it's just getting too great. The Ravens are 1-5.
It's crazy, but right now the odds have the Ravens as only plus 160. The Steelers at only minus 145.
That's crazy to me. It's a wrap.
That is kind of crazy to see. I guess they're just saying, like, hey, the Steelers could still, A, have Rodgers go down, but B, just, like, still lose some games.
I mean, they got the Bengals on Thursday Night Football, which the Bengals looked a little bit better with Joe Flacco out there. They had a little bit of a pulse.
Just something about Joe Flacco.
They were in that game somewhat with the Packers, but, I mean, if the Steelers beat the Bengals Thursday, like, I mean, I know we're not even halfway through the year yet, but
I don't know, man. I just don't think that Steelers team's good enough to say it's over, just because even if they beat that Bengals team and they're 5-1, they played the Packers, Colts, and at the Chargers. You could tell me they went 0-3 in those games. Then all of a sudden they're back to 5-4 in the game. The season's kind of reset.
I'm going to go ahead in Week 6 and say that the Steelers are winning that division. That's my prediction. I think it's done because the Browns are just awful, and the Bengals are cooked most of the time. Even with a little Flacco bump, that ain't going to last.
The Ravens desperately need Lamar back. I will agree there.
Yeah, they're not winning anything until he gets back. So.
Now, their defense did play better. They went out, they tried to make some trades, they tried to fix the defense. The defense held the Rams to 17. Now, it always felt like the Rams could have scored more if they needed to, but the offense just couldn't do anything. They got to get Lamar back. But if they get Lamar back, maybe they can go on a little bit of a run. Anything else stand out in the NFL? The Seahawks continue just kind of – it's crazy. They just win away from home. They're so good on the road these last couple of years. It feels like they're 3-0 as they went in and beat Jacksonville. Jackson Smith and Jigba. I don't know at what point we call him a top 5 receiver, but I feel like he's putting up top 5 receiver numbers. I feel like he's top 5 receiver in terms of not being able to be guarded. Like, I feel like we probably should put more respect on his name.
Who's that?
Jackson. See, you didn't even put respect on his name enough to listen. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Oh, yes.
Guy's a monster.
Well, yeah, he was pretty highly touted before the year.
He was, but I'm saying he needs to go to a different level. To me, he's right there top 5 now.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's how I feel about him this year. I mean, every one of his games, he's had at least 79 yards. The Cardinals, he was 4 for 79, but outside of that, 124, 103, 96, 132, 162.
That's big time.
He's already at 700 yards this year. Like it feels like it's it's early. Don't get me wrong. I know that, but like right now, it feels like a 3-player race for like offensive player of the year. I'd have Jonathan Taylor. I'd have Puka, and I would have Jackson Smith and Jigba. To me, those are the 3 best offensive players this year so far.
I know that the Patriots' schedule has been an absolute cakewalk so far, but Drake May's playing at an elite level.
3 first-quarter touchdown passes. They're quietly sitting there at 4-2.
With the Titans coming up next, which
5-2.
It does feel like this is the type of game during his tenure that Vrabel would lose to when he was with the Titans. He would lose these stupid games. He'd always beat the good teams when he was underdogs, but kind of struggle when he was expected to go in there and take care of business. But yeah, the Patriots and Drake May, you're right, Sam. The schedule has been easy, but he's looked really good. Are you willing to say he's now top 10? He's a top 10 quarterback. Are you willing to put him there?
Outside looking in, but like top 12-ish.
Okay. Cody said no very quickly.
No, he's like middle of the pack. 15th, maybe.
I think that's underselling him, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe so.
Name 15 better quarterbacks.
If I got to play the Saints and the Panthers every week, I could, they're playing the NFC South.
I reckon it's hard to be top 10 when there's Lamar, Mahomes, and Jackson there taking up 3 spots off the top. Stafford, Baker. To me, those are like the top 5.
Jordan Love, Herbert,
Jared Goff,
no,
Dak,
Jared Goff.
Okay, but I think I've taken Drake May over both Herbert and
Jaden Daniels
and your boy. Who was the first one you said? Who was the first one he said? Sam?
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Brock Purdy,
Get
Mac
the hell out of
Jones.
here.
He's not even playing.
Daniel Jones, Kyler Murray.
This sounds like a guy who hasn't watched Drake May throw a
Jacoby
pass all year.
Brissett,
Trevor
Bo
Lawrence,
Nix.
Aaron Rodgers.
You're just naming quarterbacks. Drake May's better than all those guys. He's better than the last 7 you named.
He's not better than Bo Nix.
At this point in time, yes, he 100% is. Did you wake up and watch any of that game in London?
No, I hate those games.
Bo Nix looks lost this year.
Joe Burrow's injured.
I'd take Drake May over Joe Burrow right now.
I'd take Drake May
He's
over.
named 4 quarterbacks that haven't even played football this year.
Yeah, they're still better quarterbacks.
As you can see by his fantasy team, he's a little checked out this year.
I'd take Drake May over. I'd probably take him over Jake Browning. But
What about Caleb Williams?
yeah, I'd take him over Caleb Williams. As long as I don't see him painting his nails.
Trevor Lawrence?
The Jags finally took an L. I guess Williams not going to be dressed up as Trevor Lawrence today, which I was looking forward to.
I think what Drake May did to the Bills was pretty damn impressive last week.
He was good.
I personally top 10's a little tough, but like you said on the outside, like if you move it to top 13, I say yes for sure. But like he might be right there, like 11 or 12.
73% completion percentage this year. Already thrown for 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns, 2 picks.
There's no Cam Ward.
While also running around for an extra 130 and 2 touchdowns. Like he takes care of the ball. And I also I don't think he has the best group of receivers either. Diggs, I think, is solid. And Boutte is fine, but I don't think they have great receivers there. I think Drake May's been really good.
C.J. Stroud.
I'd take Drake May over C.J. Stroud.
Aiden O'Connell.
Yep, him too.
Blake Bortles.
Yep. Jordan Love. Get the hell out
Blaine
of here.
Gabbert.
Jordan Love.
Andrew Luck. Yeah, nice doubleheader tonight. Bills, Falcons, and Bears, Commanders. I mean, not the best slate of, but you get 2 games, so one of them's bound to be fun. I'm glad they're staggering it, so we'll be able to watch. One of them's not starting at 10 o'clock or nothing. Also got the Dodgers tonight.
Is that game 1?
Yep. Brewers. Mariners got game 1 against the Blue Jays last night. 3-1.
That was a fun game 5 between the Tigers and Mariners. I was happy to see Seattle win it.
Yeah, we'll see what they got for the Blue Jays. I mean, they got a win already, but
yep.
The Blue Jays did absolutely dominate the Yankees. So
it's got to win 3 of the next 6.
This is an actual 7-game series now, so we'll see how it plays out.
You give the Falcons a chance tonight? You think the Falcons can win this game at home?
I give them a chance.
You surprised by the line only being 3.5? You like Buffalo tonight? You like Atlanta?
It's the NFL. Atlanta is kind of a hot and cold team. Yeah. Sometimes they look terrible. Other times they look all right.
Yeah.
Like the Panthers game, for example, they lost 30-0. Bad.
You know, that Panthers team's pretty frisky at home.
Yeah, but they beat the Vikings. They handled the Vikings, lost close to the Bucks, and beat the Commanders without Jaden Daniels. But I think they'll have a fighting chance.
Which game are you more into, Bills Falcons or Bears Commanders?
Probably that one, Bills Falcons.
Yeah, I feel like Josh Allen has to be the one you're most into, right?
Yeah.
Although
I mean,
Jaden
it'll be
Daniels
nice.
and Caleb Williams a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like that's kind of a good
number 1 versus number 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Last year was the Hail Mary game.
Or yeah, Caleb, I guess, playing a little bit better in year 2. Jaden obviously coming back down to earth a little bit more.
I think Caleb's playing. When you say Caleb's playing better, you mean than he did last year, or better than Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, better than last year.
Oh, I think he's playing much better than last year. I thought you were going to say playing better than Jaden Daniels, which I don't think I disagree so far this year. But of course, Daniels been out and been injured, so he ain't really got enough of a sample size there. But no, I think Caleb Williams looked a lot better with Ben Johnson. That Bears team's looked better. I think it's a pretty good doubleheader. I'm into it.
Commanders minus 5.5.
What's the over-under in that game? 50, 49.5?
The total, 49.5.
Okay. Last call on the other side. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fanrun Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fanrun Radio.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced. Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Last call here on the program. Shout out to all of our freaks that hung out with us on YouTube. Shout out for the watch along. That was pretty fun. If you haven't watched it, maybe we can get some key moments clipped out for you. Me pulling my hair out. Good one.
Was there a lot of cussing and drinking?
We did do a little drinking. Did do a little cussing. A lot of people in the chat. I mean, the chat just argued the whole time about Tim Banks. I mean, like it's crazy watching the way people talk about Tim Banks.
Yeah, I see the frustration, man. I get it. Because that's frustrating for me, too. But
he's a very divisive person. The defense is very divisive. And I don't really fall to either side. I lean more towards being, not mad at him, but I definitely understand the people who are mad at him. Bubba, what do we miss so far today?
A couple things. Starting off with something
a couple tings. What do we miss, Bubba?
Something that you care about. The WNBA Finals took place on Friday, and the Aces won, and Aja Wilson.
Asia. Disrespectful to mispronounce her name on purpose.
And Aja Wilson.
Asia.
Dropped 31.
I really can't believe that they won the championship this year after watching them get beat by 60 points. I was there in Vegas, and I went to watch Minnesota beat them by 60 points, and they looked lost. The crowd was booing. They had fell to 500. People were mad at Becky, and now she is a 3-time champion in the last 4 years. It's crazy, the turnaround there. Mark Davis with the Raiders and Tom Brady, they probably feel pretty smart. I don't know if I believe it, but I saw, they're now projectedly worth $300 million, and he bought them for $2 million. That seems crazy. What else we missed, Bubba? Give me another ting.
Before the Vols hosted Arkansas, Tennessee Vols basketball had a little look-in scrimmage happening. A couple takeaways is that Jacoby Gillespie really stood out.
Dog.
They had Eitan Borg.
He just said Ethan Berg is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. He came out. He came out and said, "It's all right. Call me Ethan Berg."
It's rude to mispronounce someone's name.
Yeah.
I think your cough button's on, Cody.
It's rude to try to do radio.
It sure
was.
Your
mic
Sam.
On.
It sure was.
It's rude to purposely mispronounce somebody's name, but he's saying, "Hey, it's fine. Call me Ethan Berg." So
Ethan Berg.
Once he says it, it's fine.
Also, apparently, JP Estrella might be a 3 guy now,
playing him at the 3,
or just shooting more threes.
Oh, okay. I was going to say playing him at the 3 seems really dumb, but I know they had talked about maybe experimenting with him out there because they're saying his shooting touch is there.
No, it seems like Amin's going to be the 3.
Yeah.
So Jacoby,
well,
Amari.
They had talked about maybe even having Nate at 2 at times and just going super, super big because since he's got a lot of front court depth, I just don't think that we'll actually ever see that in a game that matters. They might experiment it in a blowout or something, but if JP can stay healthy and provide some shooting touch to the bigs, I think that completely unlocks Tennessee's team. Like, I think this team feels really well-rounded. This team feels like it fits without having actually watched them play. So, we can only speak so knowledgeably about it, but just like the way it meshes, the point guard, the established 3, the big men that seem like they can maybe be a little interchangeable or at least play together. This team feels like it's got different combinations it can throw at you. Last year, there's basically 2 options. It was, hey, do you want Igor out there or do you not want Igor out there? That was essentially the 2 options Tennessee had last year. Hey, do you want to go small with Masek at the 4 and Igor off the courts, or do you want to, have Igor off the courts and go there, because Igor never really played like over Okpara for the most part when it mattered.
I am Igor. I get offensive rebound. That is what Igor stand for.
This year, I think you'll have some
Yeah.
options and some flexibility there.
Miss that guy.
We had Vol for Life, Jawan Jennings, telling reporters that he is playing with 5 broken ribs and high and low ankle sprains.
At least he's playing.
Some would say that.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting himself on the line, which is crazy because, like, he didn't get the contract that he wanted. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't get the contract extension he wanted. He would have an excuse to just be like, you know what? I'm good. Now, maybe this is the case of, like, he got $3 million worth of incentives put into his contract. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's like, hey, I'm trying to get this extra $3 million. I got to be out there and play. Got to go to work.
He's just not getting targets, though.
Somebody's got to work. Yeah, I don't know what his.
I think he was like one catch for 4 yards.
Yeah, but do we know what the incentives are? Like what he has to do? Because it says play time incentives. So, like, to me, play time incentives means you're just out there getting snaps. But I don't know exactly what the incentives they got added in there are. Maybe we'll see if we can find that. But, like, the ESPN articles doesn't have it. But he said, hey, I'm going to go out there and get my money. Jawan Jennings.
The ESPN
contract.
article is empty, like the donor seats in Neyland Stadium on the 50-yard line.
Was that an issue, Sam? Did you think the seats were empty, the donor seats?
They were very empty.
I mean, they normally are. I feel like that's just an argument that's just never going to die type of thing. It's not going to change at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the first one to point it out.
Yeah.
It's been that way, but
I didn't think it
is
was
bad
a
aesthetic.
great environment on Saturday, to be quite honest with you.
it was great at times. But it's hard to be loud and excited on those third downs when we give up so many. I mean, there were times where we were getting gashed. It was hard for the crowd to stay in it, but it had its moments.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd, Arkansas crowd is just kind of people that just want to go there and party and not even really pay attention to the game. Like, that's why you don't really get a good atmosphere for those type of games.
A lot of wine and cheese folks down there.
Yeah, you got Cody there.
Have you
just
tried the brie?
Want to party and not really focus on the game.
It goes great with the Merlot. How wonderful. Oh, look at that boy, the quarterback, just got hit quite hard there.
They were pretty loud
I hope
against
he's
Georgia.
okay.
They were pretty loud against Georgia. Georgia's good atmosphere.
Were those people loud?
Yeah, those people are loud. It's good atmosphere there.
How do you know those people were loud?
Because the whole stadium was loud. That's where I was sitting. I was sitting right next to them.
That checks out.
I was loud. They were loud. It was good.
What kind of cheese did you have?
The kind that made me loud. It was good atmosphere. I think you got to look at yourself for not bringing the noise.
Hell, I brought the noise.
I think you got to look at yourself.
You can't hear that my voice is hoarse.
Your voice
and
sounds
shot
completely
today.
fine. The only thing that sounds wrong with your voice is that you probably did a lot of drinking this weekend. It didn't sound
No,
like
I
you
did
really-
a lot of damn yelling. You can ask anybody around me. I don't know. Another conversion.
Is that what you were saying to the guy at the beer line?
What?
I'm just yelling. Because I figured that's where you would be more than in your seats.
Yeah. See, he was there to party. He wasn't there to root on the boys. That's why the crowd wasn't very good.
I'm about tired of your damn slander, Bubba. You don't know anything about my life. I've been going to that damn stadium since I was a little boy. I go and I'm loud and I'm proud. Were you there Saturday? I didn't think so.
I heard about a ticket, but then
You offered him a damn ticket and then didn't
I
give it to
said
him.
there's a possibility I might have an extra, but it turns out I didn't.
Miles went
Sorry.
to the game?
No.
So you did have a ticket?
He wasn't able to make it. Well, it got filled.
By who?
A friend of ours.
Who?
Jesse.
He had the third ticket. I heard him call about the third ticket.
What?
He had your third ticket.
No. Clint, me, Brandon, Jesse.
I just remember him calling last week whenever you were getting ready to buy the tickets.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was a good time.
That's tough, Bubba. I'm sorry you didn't get the ticket. Sorry you didn't get the call.
Yeah, maybe if there wasn't so much slander here on a daily basis, Maybe if you don't
That's
come at
not
me,
the
Bubba,
reason.
maybe you get a ticket.
Sorry you didn't get it, Bubba.
I cannot find anything in his regard to his $3 million incentives. But the only thing is like the 50% snaps is an extra 1.5 to 6.
Oh, well, that's what it is then. Yeah, so playtime. So like that's why he's out there playing through the broken ribs. Like, I guess that was smart of the 49ers to make those the incentives because, like, hey, Jawan, we're not really going to throw you the ball too much, so we're not going to put like, hey, for 70 catches you get $1 million because he would never agree to that. It's just like, hey, we need you to be out there because the rest of our wide receivers keep getting hurt. So Jawan's like, I got to go out here and get this money. Got to play through some broken ribs and whatever I can.
Who you got on the run line tonight, Sam? Dodgers or Brewers?
Brew Crew.
I regret asking. Bubba?
The Brew Crew, baby.
John?
Dodgers.
Okay, Dodgers. Good. Cool. Yeah, big brain, big baseball brain over here.
The people in the chat had turned on Cody on Saturday during the live watch party.
What'd they say?
That you're bad luck and that we shouldn't have let you go because you cost us the game in Arkansas last year. And, they were really turning on Cody.
Yeah, well.
In about the second quarter. It started getting a little ugly, to be honest.
Well, F them. I'm 2 for 2 in my last 2 in Neyland against Arkansas. That's all that matters. Oh, no, wait, I'm 2 for 3. Lost in 2015. 2 for 3 in my last 3, Neyland. So there we go.
2 for 3 in your last 3?
In Neyland.
Okay. 2 for 3. So you're saying he shot 3 times, made 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goes back quite a bit.
That'll do it for us. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on Fanrun Radio.
Take Fanrun Radio with you